Fade in.
This is Culture Crime Fighters. We are a Culture Crimes Task Force so powerful, so far-reaching, not even the most dastardly of villains can escape. Our goal is to identify and defeat all culture criminals wherever they lurk and destroy them. For too long have these cretins carried out their nefarious deeds, and we will sit for it no longer. Beware, you may commit your culture crimes, but if you do, justice will be served at the hands of the Culture Crime Fighters.
With special guest.
I used the fucking wrong. Is that the fucking right one? Well, as I said in the chat, unfortunately, Bree and Anita got into a cat fight. They knocked down the cat. It was a complete mess. So it's no wonder that the intro got botched. But in any event, Vigilante wins here on the 16th episode of the Culture Crime Fighters with my partner still in culture crime fighting, Matt from Fireball Productions. How you doing, man?
You got some nerve calling me a partner now with the events of this week and call me your partner. Ha,
yeah.
You and your legion of fans coming after me, attacking me and Bree.
Well, we were in the right. You guys were wrong.
Oh yeah?
You know, obviously the fans have decided. The people have decided who the people's champs are.
I don't know about that. What I heard, I was listening to your stream and you said you probably would smash Anita Sarkeesian. And I said I would definitely smash. Yeah, I heard you say probably. And I said definitely to my girl.
Because I can neither confirm nor deny because I can be pretty messed up on my streams which word I said. But in any event, I would definitely smash Anita Sarkeesian. I even went through the damn scenario. She said, she's in the age range. You meet her at a bar. She doesn't really. That's a work. She's not really a feminist. And as I said, and you can attest to this, there are woker bitches and Anita Sarkeesian out in the wild.
Oh yeah. When you said that was so funny. Like, I've met woke bitches in the wild. I was like, that's hilarious. But you do.
You meet woke bitches at the store. You meet woke bitches at the bar, wherever.
I was at a bar. I was at work last other night, and they had they have a open mic comedy, but for girls only. It's the Open Michelle. Get it? The Open Michelle open mic. And there was some. Okay, this person resembled a male. That was my impression of what the had the characteristics of what I would refer to as a male, but had a shirt that had all its different gender pronouns on it and like all this like gender propaganda like in public.
Yes.
People they're like, oh, this is all just on the internet. None of this shit's real. It's like, it is fucking real, man. It's real.
Yeah.
It's out there.
That's awesome. I wish them a bunch of success. They are totally a female. I am totally with them. Girl power. Go girl
power, I guess. I just steer clear of people like that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
This is trouble.
Yeah, I see a lot of turncoats when the heat gets on. Everybody's all Bree over Anita. What the hell?
That's right. That's what I say. That's what I'm saying.
This isn't
foul ball.
Team foul ball. This isn't Bree in the in her prime. Every woman doesn't age the same. Bree kind of aged a little milkish, and Anita is aging a little winish.
She did kind of flatten out, didn't she?
Yeah,
in more ways than one.
And you know what the thing is? No one knows if Anita Sarkeesian has an ass. This is unknown. We don't know if she does.
Thick. I was looking. Seems like she does. Last night. She's pretty thick. She had like a body. I was like, huh. I mean, I would. I think that's a lot of it. It's like you can separate the fact that she's an intolerable human being from the reality that you'd probably bang her.
That's really the point. That's why I said she's my Bree, because it's like your principle that the average guy would still smash is 100% true. That's half the reason we have SJWs in Hollywood in the first place, because some average guy got the chance to smash some hot chick who had a bunch of woke principles, and all of a sudden we got fucking period comics. Literally. That's
what happened. What a segue. But that's what it is. I mean, it's like that's comic books especially. It's like you schooled me to that, and Ethan Van Sciver talks about it a lot, and you're like, that makes perfect sense. Of course, that's what happened.
Yep. Warren Ellis is one of them.
So I was thinking about that today. We'll get to the Emilia Clarke story soon, but I was listening to Bounding into Comics or article or a video about it, and her saying that she felt unsafe and going into comic book stores, whatever. The notion that nerd guys who don't do well with women by their very nature, that suddenly a woman would come into what they do, their hobby, their obscure nerd thing, and they wouldn't be welcomed with open arms and embraced and had their ears talked off is insanity, a complete misrepresentation of the way the real world goes. We all know that one pretty hot chick who's like into Star Wars that all the guys lose their minds over.
Yeah, we have one in this community. Her name's Anna. Like, that's reality. The reality is, as soon as the hot girl walks in, you can't tell me an 18, 19-year-old Emilia Clarke walks into a comic shop and all the guys say, "Get out of here. What are you doing? Places for men." Like, what?
It's like, there's probably one guy who's like, like a total jerk, but those guys exist and they're jerks to everybody. Like, the idea that women as a whole are kept out of D&D because their problem is like they don't deal in nuance. So like if there's no women in the thing, that means they've been excluded.
Yeah, but I can't remember who said it again. I've been messed up, but like I a lot of people, or maybe Script Doctor. I think it was Script Doctor or Midnight's Edge. So I'm gonna credit him because I believe it was, because I believe he has, or at least does or has worked in Hollywood, and he said he's talked to Emilia and she's not like this, and there's a high probability that whoever actually wrote the comic came to her with this whole concept and this whole write up and everything. She just signed off on it because feminism and women.
Yeah, even in like her article, like even in like her statements, she said like she didn't feel like safe going in there as a girl, but also then made the caveat is that because she was the like the goofy little sister. And it's like, yeah, it probably wasn't sexism. It's probably just like her older brother just didn't want to, you don't want your little kid sister tagging along when you're trying to be cool with your friends reading comics.
Yeah. Yeah. And real quick to break it up. Say women bad. As soon as you go into a comic shop, there's no women allowed.
Right.
It's the He-Man Women's Hand Club.
Who hasn't talked to a woman in 8 years is just like, no, get her out of here, stinky girl.
Yeah. Real quick, Roger H. Tipped $5. Just tipped $5. Didn't say anything. I appreciate you being here, Roger H. Nice. And I appreciate everyone in the chat, and I appreciate the tip.
Everyone but Sentient Dildo.
But Sentient Dildo. Is Sentient Dildo? Yeah, he is. Something
nerds. Yeah,
does be wilding. Sentient Dildo be wild. Apparently his cousin has been with Anita many a night. So that's the problem. She knows wine and Sentient Dildos. She needs the real thing. But let's see who else is here. We got that 70s rock fan. Kind of turned cold, but it's okay. It's okay. Pat S.
I thought 70s was on your side.
I thought he was too, and then he's Brie over Anita. The hell?
Oh, nice. Okay, he found the light. We radicalized him.
This is like a wrestling thing. You get the late heel turn with the guy you didn't think would turn on him, and then all of a sudden I get rolled up for a pin. You're welcome back on the cocktail lounge now, 70s rock. Yeah. Got Jens Peter, manly man Jens Peter. Vezarel says Anita got manipulation down, but Brie would use her thick legs to break her. She kind of has that chicken leg that, man, I'm telling you. Anita has that thickness. She knows what she's doing. She's a grown-ass woman. There's something grown-ass woman about Anita Sarkeesian. She just wants to get her brains fucked out. And the next she does. She wants to get her brains fucked out so she can make a man pancakes the next day. That's her. She desires that more than anything. And Zach 7 is here. Diablo Dame is here. The 70s rock fan. That 70s rock fan. It's culture crime fighter fluid. I see how it is. Roger H, of course, is glad to be here. Snow the Poop is Q Burr. Hello. Says Sneaky Sticky Girls Pew. And a bunch of others in the chat. Blame my head, not my heart. If I miss you. Oh, the king of all wrenches, Eric K. Apparently so is the Wake Down and Godzillionaire. Yeah. So we appreciate everybody, all the regulars, all the newbies. So yeah. And does she have brain? She's the most manipulative. She's like so much. That's what turned me on. It's like she's so fucking manipulative. Which is terrible. You like that? It's so terrible. It's so terrible. Funny. But it's like she's so manipulative. She's able to get in. How the hell did she get into Naughty Dog? when she hadn't done shit in years. It's like, I don't know what eyes wide shut parties you go to, but you're doing your thing in those things.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I my audio's been all fucked up. I'm trying to tweak it and fix it. I'm sure I sound much like a robot, so I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to fix it.
Yeah, apparently during
But
the cat fight, like I said, they knocked into stuff, so we got audio issues.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Eric K thinks that our Anita and Bree obsession is disturbing. See, we're not as cool as Eric K. Eric K wouldn't, because he could, nails hot chicks left and right. It's no big deal to a big pimp like Eric K. So he's like, what?
Swinging dick. Yeah.
But like for average ass guys, I mean, I'm telling you, there's still cute girls, still good girls out here. But I mean, if you can on an average day find a girl woker than either of these chicks, let's be honest, woker
Look, this
less attractive
has become like a show meme. But like the like the genesis of it was simply that just like, look, yeah, they're awful.
Yeah,
but
they're
like,
terrible.
Who was the last girl that you fucked? And was she hotter than both these chicks? Like, really? I mean, congratulations. You know what I mean? Like, you really know how to pull them. But like, if you just separate who they are and you just look at them as individuals, they're attractive women that you'd probably would do it.
Yes,
that's the whole point. That's the whole point. And don't try to act above it because we collectively don't like them, and like we don't. But like I said, if there was no politics involved and you guys were just in a room together, right? And if the wine was flowing, it was charming, you'd probably you would do it. Don't pretend you wouldn't.
That's the reality. And if it wasn't the case, they wouldn't have had the power that they do in the first place. Allegedly, we don't need any lawsuits after all this shit. Allegedly. Just in case. Like I said, Anita's manipulative. She may come down here, hit us with a lawsuit, get my dick hard. And anyways, the weight down tip 420. I don't know. How about a random video game quote? Welcome to the edge. It's not the end of the world, but you can see it from here. Is that Final Fantasy VII remake? Or is there something else? I don't know. I'm sorry. Well, see, some of you guys are king pimps. Last girl I had looks a lot better than Sarkeesian. Good for you, Wookie. Wookie said something about having a chick come over, bring him food, fuck him, and leave. Some of you guys are king pimps. Good, God bless you. Old Vigilante's not living that life.
More power to you, fellas. Yeah.
I've had better, but I have low standards. I would do it. The thing is, most girls I've had better too, but most of my girls are below that cut line. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like you probably couldn't date them. Oh, where'd Vidge go? Just me? Well, now that it's just me, I've kicked Vigilante out. I won. Steel cage victor right here. That's it.
What happened?
Hey.
That was very good.
I was just
sheesh, we must have really pissed somebody off.
I was just claiming victory of the steel cage match.
Yeah. Basically.
I won.
The Fireball show. It was for a second. I was just clicking on comments and then all of a sudden I'm outside the StreamYard. Apparently you're mono left channel only.
Oh, am I?
Boy. Yeah, we like I said, there was a cat fight backstage. They knocked down the cage that knocked into technology. I'd have a meaningful relationship with Bree for about half. I wouldn't want a relationship with either of these women. No, you would have to get out of there. Probably get it on tape because this is a me as well situation for both of them. Badass, exactly. This is the reality. Never fucked a 10, but I fucked 2 5s. That's how it goes. We passed the 10. Yeah, we're past the 10-minute mark. And I think you're in both ears now. Arm wrestle on each other's screen. Yeah, I don't know if that can technically happen, but yeah, and that's the point. That's the over the top. Nick was talking about that.
It's not even like the kind of point I really wanted to make, like over and over. It's just that like kept getting all this pushback from these guys. I'm like, shut up. Yes, you would. The fact that you're like completely like absolutely not makes me think even more you would do it.
Yeah, and maybe that's part of
the charm. I would say, but if you can't like open your mind to like, yeah, probably, you know what I mean, or like I could see it happening. Like the fact that you're like, no, I wouldn't. I'm like, yeah, okay. Can I just see a picture of the last girl you had sex with, please?
Yes. Yeah.
And not to be like a dick about it. I'm just saying I'm as vulnerable to it too.
Yeah.
We all are. That's where they have a lot of their power.
Yeah. Oh, so Pat S stole that from Carlin. Never fucked the 10, but I fucked 2 5s. And 10s are no good unless they're professionals. Okay, Wookie. That's what allegedly we don't want Wookie. It's not to get Wookie indicted thing. But I guess got picks. Whoa. I guess to transition. Well, we talked about leaving these girls after you are done. The transition to the single mom superhero that is coming out thanks to Game of Thrones, Emilia Clarke, because that's just gotta talk about that. When I heard this, I couldn't believe it was real. Like, I thought it was a work.
And I feel like everyone here's probably heard at least a little bit about it, but is it sarcasm?
That's a good question. And that they were asking that on Midnight's Edge. Like, is this real? Like, it's supposed to be a comedy, so maybe it is just one sarcastic joke.
Yeah,
because
like maybe because we live in such a weird world that when we hear this, we're like, oh, they must mean it. But honestly, maybe it isn't. Maybe they don't. Like, maybe it's just a big joke. Like, it's like, haha, she gets her power from her period. Haha. I don't know.
Maybe. So if you haven't heard, which if you're in this space, I don't know how you haven't, but I know a lot of people are working and stuff. Game of Thrones star Emilia Clarke plays victim in order to sell new comic book series. I didn't know about the victim part. I will still cover this part here because it's Bounty, and you love Bounty. John F. Trent. Yeah. Game of Thrones and Terminator Genesis actress. I didn't know she was in Terminator Genesis because I never saw Terminator Genesis. Emilia Clarke decided to play the victim in order to sell her new upcoming book from Image titled Mom, or MOM, Mother of Madness. This 3-issue series is co-written by Clarke and Marguerite Bennett. Guess she probably wrote most of it, with art by Leila Leaz. Sure, it's racist, but I can't pronounce her name. Follows Maya, under the weather scientist by day, an over-the-top superhero by night, and a badass single mom 24/7. Yeah, here's the Illuminati confirmed cover.
May I please cite Bill Burr with that badass single mom 24/7. It's like he has this whole bit about that where he's just like, she has the toughest job in the world, being a mother. And he's like, women just live in this tornado of misinformation. Just like, he's like, oh yeah, I thought roofing in July as a redhead was a tough job. No, apparently these mothers, they're bending over at the knees, putting DVDs into DVD players. I don't know how they do it. And this whole like kind of, he goes, Oprah's not even a mother. How the fuck would she know? Like this whole thing where,
oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, like, and that's like, there's this like, yes, the most important, hardest, like toughest, like, all right with it. I love my mom, but like, there's shitty moms.
Yes, there are, and it like, there's dads too, and there's this thing, single motherhood. Like, listen, I'm not judging anyone if you become a single mother or you are, that's cool, but like, that's not the best way to raise a child. We shouldn't be encouraging that and normalizing that. Right. So I'm not sure if it says in this article, but I think she says something along the lines of like, well, it's I think she said 50% of the world's population is living that way. I'm like, that's terrible. We need to try to reverse that trend.
That's bad.
Yeah, and I hope that statistic is wrong. A lot of the statistics she cited sound completely made up, to be fair, because she cited some crazy shit.
Woke statistics often are.
Yeah, and Guy's Billionaire says he wants to make a comic called Dad's Already Drunk. So there you go. Real quick,
Sounds like you have some things to work out there, Guy Zillionaire.
Yeah, real quick, I just need to check. Oh, I didn't need a solo. Whoa. It's my time now. No, because I think I got. Did I read the Wake Downs? No, I did not read the Wake Down. Wake Down has another super chat. Also, after watching Matt's Army of the Dead review and seeing that he shouted out the drinker on Twitter, then watching the drinker's Army of the Dead review, I'm wondering if there isn't a slight nod to Matt's review and the drinkers when the drinker mentions aliens. I didn't notice that.
Maybe,
or is it just obvious really, because
they
fucking rip off multiple scenes of aliens?
Yeah, I would be surprised if Drinker even watched it, to be honest. But it's really obvious. He pointed out other things about aliens I didn't even notice. The whole concept is similar to the movie. I was like, oh, I didn't even see that. Like, I was like, that's a better point. Or because it's like the whole concept is just ripping it off. I just pointed out the individual instances. Maybe, I mean, I it could be, but I don't know. He's a critical drinker. He's got a pretty short vibe.
Yeah.
If I saw it,
And-
he probably saw it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Especially you said he pounding out stuff. Who knows? Who knows? Was it Wiki Lives Matter says what the fuck is that on their cover? Illuminati confirmed, man. Got the one eye, got
that's very Illuminati.
handsome hand, and all this stuff. I don't know what's going on.
The button eyes, that's something from what was that movie? Coraline?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was a whole thing with that, like that was supposed to be about, like I don't know, some like New Vision shit, some like Illuminati.
Oh,
There's a whole article in the Vigilant Citizen about it.
Man.
Yeah, that's similar. It's a consistent imagery.
Yeah. So there's that angle for the conspiracy types on the thing, and we'll get into the powers. This has to be parody. There's no way this could be for like I'm serious about this. There's just no way. There's no way. It
also looks like a little bit like bondage, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a BDSM thing going on with this face.
Yeah, almost like that kind of leather cap that the girls have. You know what I mean? Like there's.
Shit! Yeah, it does.
Yeah, there's a bondage thing going on here too.
Something really weird about this. This is a really crazy thing.
Who was the target audience for this comic book?
Whew, no one on Earth.
This looks like something that like upper crusty liberals in New York would have on like their, like their
coffee table. Yeah. Look how different I am. This is art.
Mm-hmm.
This is beautiful art. Emilia Clarke wrote this. It's beautiful art, guys. This is taking this is the bleeding edge of progressivism. This is the most progressive thing. This woman is so empowered. She's empowered by her period, and she's like a single mother, and she's tough. Like, what the fuck?
And also, like Emilia Clarke's conceit that she made this, for like to give girls something to like, and stop right there. Everything is made for girls now. Everything is made for girls, and everything is made to encourage girls. There's no equivalent for men. There's no like, hey, try to give boys confidence and self-respect to try. No, it's like we need to teach boys that they're inherently evil, and we have to build up girls as giving them all these reasons to feel good about themselves. It's like. It's insanity, and every time it's framed like this is a novel idea, like this is unprecedented to give this to girls. It's like,
girls have never done anything ever before because Orange Man bad until right now, Matt. Don't you know that? Obviously,
that's right. I forgot.
Toxic white malehood again. Bigot.
Yeah, patriarchy.
That's how it is.
Out again.
Patriarchy. Islington girl. Our whole female audience says, okay, can I just weigh in here? The comic is fucking stupid. Yeah. No one in their right mind has ever said their period is magical. See, I was almost going to push back. I don't think this is made for women because I don't think any women will buy this. I don't think any human will buy this at all. This is just for somebody compared it to the John Wick situation. And not John Wick, Berserker situation, the comic that Keanu Reeves did. And I think one of the major factors behind that was Keanu trying to have his own franchise. And maybe there's a similar element that Emilia Clarke wants to play mom. I don't fucking know why. But I don't know.
It's funny. Sentient Dildo in a more like a relatively kind-hearted and good-natured chat said that he can't be mad at her because she's just so adorable and cute. Emilia Clarke.
Really? Sentient Dildo said that?
I know. That's what I said.
I totally missed it. Let's see Sentient Dildo saying poor boys have to turn to Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, here we go. 525 says, I can't even hate on Emilia Clarke. She's so sweet and stuff. Terrible actor, but so damn lovable. Sentient Dildo said that.
Sure did. Look at Sentient Dildo. Maybe she's used his services in the past. She's cute. She's cute as shit.
She is cute, but when you saw her on Game of Thrones, you thought she was like the most beautiful woman in the world, and then you see her in the real world, you're like, oh, I mean, okay, like she's fine, she's cute, she's pretty.
To be fair, I mean, it's most girls are like adjustable sevens, which is almost the point we were making earlier. Most girls are just like adjustable sevens. They can dial up and look like 9s or 10s, and then on an average day, they're just like a 7, sometimes 6. That's 90% of women. There's very few like just point. Super, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. We love it.
It should be rare.
Yeah. And yeah, oh, we'll get to that. Let's stop the Emilia simping and admit she's full of shit for saying she was excluded from fandom. That's obvious.
Yeah. We can read. I guess we should just read the article then.
Yeah. Okay. Image Comics describes it in the press release as Deadpool action collides with Fleabag comedy. So it is meant to be a comedy. When Maya activates her freakish superpowers and take on a super secret sect of human traffickers. I thought they were the ones responsible for the cover. That's neither here nor there. The series was initially announced back in April when Clarke spoke to Entertainment Weekly, when she explained the entire premise began as a joke. Okay, this is actually more positive, that this is all fuckery. I mean, it's probably not a funny joke, but let's see what happens. Started about 3 years.
A lot of things start off, but a lot of these like woke ideas start off as jokes, and then they end up taking themselves super seriously. Like girls, like we talked about that. I got trashed on the cocktail lounge one night for saying that I liked the first season. When it came out, because the concept was that she was mocking like entitled white kids from the suburbs who go to the, who have everything taken care of, and they go to the city and like they think they have real problems, but they don't. Like that was the whole concept. But then by the end of the first season and into the second season, she started to actually believe in the bullshit and became a parody of herself, a parody of what she was parodying. And so I wonder if maybe this comic is doing the same thing, where it's like it starts off as like, isn't it funny? She gets her superpower from bleeding out of her pussy, but then they're like, no, but she does though. And you're like, but that's not funny. It's like it's not supposed to be funny. It's about empowerment. It's like, oh boy, okay.
Yeah, it would be. It's not a poop. It's maybe her arch enemy with Lord Midal, I guess. And Wookiee Lives Matter.
Funny.
This is probably a bit much for all of us. I'd be in. She shot blood clots like a gallon gun. Oh. Especially when she already can swing from her armpit hair. Like,
ew, is that part of it?
Yeah. We gotta go further so we can get to it. She stated about 3 years ago, was in the car with a bunch of friends, and like, hey, wouldn't it be really funny if? And then woke up the next day like, that would be funny. It would be fucking cool. Why not? So there's a nice what's that called? Incestuous panel right here. I don't know. So I guess this is from the comic. That's nice. Specifically describing the series, Clarke said that we're always calling mother superheroes. I'm like, what if they were? What if they were legitimate superheroes? Well, you know what? You can make a like superhero team of moms, and they just had superpowers, and make it like interesting and fun, or like a superhero who was a single mom, and make it interesting. So long as she doesn't get powers from her period and swing from her armpit hair like that, then you would be fine. She went on to say Maya had a very hard life. She finds her in a place where everything makes her unique. Where everything that makes her unique, she hates and is ashamed about. It's only about the discovery of her powers that she finds her true acceptance of who she is. And here we go to the powers. So let me see. It says, as for her powers, Clarke said at the time, there's many things she can do that are pretty cool. She revealed her powers are derived from her menstrual cycle. She can do a lot of stuff at certain moments in her month. This is disgusting. Let's be honest. Yes, terms as
right at the gate. That's just so
Emilia Clarke word.
And it's just drama. So up your own ass. You know what I mean? It's just so like.
So Gwyneth Paltrow saying this.
Things. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but it's just like Gwyneth Paltrow saying this candle smells like my pussy. But go ahead. And wait down. I know you're going to take it, but go ahead.
It's also just these things like the thing like having a menstrual cycle is something that you don't have any control over. You're just born with it. So that they give it to you as this superpower. And so it becomes this all girls have. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, just like Superman's powers do not come from his fucking balls. All right.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like super testosterone balls and his Superman. He's Superman because he's a fucking alien. And he's Superman because he's like, there's a whole other reason why. Like, it's like for it to just be like, yeah, it comes from our menstrual cycle. Like, all girls who are superpowers, right? Queens. It's just like, oh, God. Like, it's just fart sniffing all the time. And
jokes
queef sniffing.
Yes, this is literal queef sniffing. This is probably one of the least offensive things. Islington Girl says, second of all, who has armpit hair in the air of razors and wax strips? No. Yeah, she could get that handled. And yes, Jens, even Manly Man Jens is making me feel sick. In the chat, I mean, you guys are just going off. She planned out that story. I bet she used her flow chart. It's just really brutal. Let me see. I'm trying to skip to the actual power set. Oh well, actually, we can get into her talking about she wasn't safe in comic shops. Let's get in that since the powers is grossing out the chat. Clarke would then play the victim, detailing she didn't feel safe in comic book shops when she was younger, and that she didn't see any women on the cover of comic books when she did go into stores. Oh Lord. Because Wonder Woman hadn't existed since the 1940s, of course.
But that still doesn't mean women were excluded. There are certain hobbies that men gravitate towards and women gravitate towards. You're not going to catch me in a fucking beauty shop, all right? I'm just not interested. I'm not going. It's not my thing. Yeah. It doesn't mean they're keeping me out. I could go if I want. Girls could go browse comics and play D&D all they fucking want. They just don't want to.
No, it's because patriarchy and men are terrible. All men are terrible. Men are bad. Patriarchy.
My mistake.
Logic doesn't matter. Yeah, you're 100% right, man. It's complete bullshit. Jesus, she's a rapper named MC Flow. But it's complete. That's Terminus S. I keep.
Who said that?
Terminus S. MC Flow.
That's funny.
There's so many great things in the chat. I'm sorry I can't highlight it all. But
that
like,
would actually be funny if they were like a female like parody rapper and she just like.
I'm surprised there isn't yet.
Herself. That'd be funny.
I'm surprised that isn't yet. Yeah, this is insane. This is actually what she said. She said she claimed my brother was a comic nerd growing up, and I wasn't allowed in the shops. So apparently, complete, gender segregation, like it was 1940s America, and it was just, there was a woman only water fountain. There was just totally no fucking. She wasn't allowed in. She wasn't allowed to go with him because I was the loser little sister. I think the loser little sister is more relevant, even if you're the loser little brother.
100%, dude. My fucking sister would tag along on shit I never wanted her to come along on, just like every other, brother sister dynamic.
Yeah,
and it's like, you just like go away, stop tagging along. I want to hang out with my friends and read X-Men.
Yeah, that's like every oldest kid, really. If you're the older sister and you have a younger brother and he's trying to tag along, you're like, get away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
not
just kind of common.
It's like it's insulting that they're framing it like that.
It's familial dynamics, but I guess the family bad, patriarchy bad. So that's not even a thing. The concept
worse.
Yep, I was a loser little sister. In the moments I was allowed in, there weren't. Well, wait. I thought you weren't allowed in. That's a Boolean. You either weren't allowed in or you were. So maybe you didn't want to go. That's my guess. But anyways, when she was allowed in, which was every fucking time that she wanted to be, there weren't a lot of women on the covers and there weren't a lot of women in the shops. So I didn't feel safe to explore at that age, even though I was with my brother.
Safety fucking nonsense. This narrative with safety. I didn't feel safe. Until it like reflects everything that I value, then I'll feel safe. If anything different, like how is that not like xenophobia? Like, there's not a lot of white people here. I don't feel safe. Like, it's you know what I mean? Like, it's like what?
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't have you involved, then you don't feel safe. You can't partake in anything that isn't exactly you. Ugh.
That's really what it is. A lot of these people are complete narcissists. So unless it fits their perfect worldview perfectly, it doesn't work. Soul Assassin says girls can go into comic shops. My older sister took me when she went to get her comics. Yes, there indeed were girls who were fans of comics. And Islington girl was allowed in. No one said shit to her.
Yeah, it's such bullshit.
And apparently we're bigots for questioning her truth. It's her truth.
Truth.
And I mean that Islington girl was not unsafe, and the freaking bookstore is probably the safest place on earth. Yeah, and weren't women in the cover, says Godzillionaire. She obviously going in the 90s, but that's problematic. Right. You can't.
X-Men, Fantastic Four, no women in those.
Yeah,
the biggest comic fucking labels out there. No women on those covers.
Yeah, the X-Men were probably the biggest comics of the 90s, and most of the group is women. It's Storm, Jean Grey, Rogue, Mystique, the White Queen. Like a lot of these important, big characters, big arcs involve women. And Hail Darius Munchausen. I appreciate you showing up.
They were sexualized by the male gaze, so those don't count.
Okay, but that is the return argument. Male gaze. The male gaze. Is this another? This is another panel.
That's why it's like dangerous mentally engaging with them, because like you just lose touch with like reality, because they're so out of touch with reality that you're just kind of lost in their like fairy tale land, you know? Because like they don't deal with any of the touchstones of real life. They have this kind of manufactured version of life in their head, and then when you go into that, you're disoriented because you don't know what is up and down. And you're just like, well, okay, that's true. It's for the male gaze. But it's like, yeah, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's so what? Like,
Yeah.
guess what? Some women really like being objectified. They thrive on it. Some women, they build their entire lives on that. And it's like, it's not always a bad thing.
And isn't that empowering when they do? Like, don't you guys like that have it both ways? Isn't she empowered for using her sexuality and strength? And then, you know, on another sense, oh, it's the male gaze. Like, which the fuck is it? And
anything that came before is bad, and everything new is good.
Absolutely, because I created it, therefore.
Because I did it.
Yeah.
As a liberated woman.
New Bomb Turk says the swimsuit issue for Marvel, which it's kind of a classic comic book, and included men and women in swimsuits, by the way. So, and it's not like the guys in the 90s weren't like incredibly jacked beyond all reason. Like,
it is funny too. Like they have like this what's that thing they say, like unobtainable standards, and it's like,
yes,
look, men of G.I. Joe and fucking, you know, Thor,
yes.
These fucking gods. So I guess we don't have those pressures.
Yeah, these like 6'4", 270-pound guys with like 1% body fat on every comic book cover. No, there's no standards for men being pushed at unrealistic.
No.
Like, and I bring up Cyclops, who didn't even have any strength-based power, that was jacked to the fucking gills in the 90s, just because.
Yeah, we need more twink representation. You know.
Oh yeah, obviously. Did you see that Daniel Kibblesmith thing? Speaking of which I found out was not real.
Development. Oh, okay. No.
It was okay. I thought it was real. Somebody photoshopped a shirt that said it was I'll show it after this. I don't want to interrupt it. The I'm with pregnant stepdad. Yeah. I believed it until like today. I'm like, oh, okay, it was a Photoshop. Yeah, you brought up Twink, so I just figured I'd mention him.
That's pretty funny. I mean, that's a funny joke.
Yeah. And in seriousness, congratulations to his wife. I hope it is his, for his sake.
I don't care. I hope it isn't. I hope he's black, and then he has to raise a like half black kid, and then like have to walk around humiliated for the rest of his life and pretending he's not.
What was that movie with Jim Carrey and me, myself, and Irene? He had these 3 black kids. Yeah. And
the jerk, I think too, is like another joke there.
Yeah. And the Blob is a hero we can all aspire to be like. Yeah. Well, he was like a villain.
Oh, I thought you meant Lena Dunham.
Oh, she could play the Blob. She could. And you know what? I would cut it off at Lena Dunham. I got to not do the Lena Dunhams in my life.
No, yeah, that's beyond. That's where it's like.
That's like nope. Way. Not saying I haven't, but I can't anymore. I can't.
Yeah.
They
okay.
You know, we've all had rough days in the kingdom. And yeah, that pick of Kid with Smith was fake. I thought it was real.
Kingdom.
Seriously. The funniest part is how easily everyone believed it. Yeah, I totally bought it. I totally bought
plausible.
It. Seems plausible. I mean, I can't believe he was able to get a woman pregnant. Like all the things that had to happen for that to occur, you know, it's beyond belief.
I'm still not even sure it did. That chick was pretty cute, though. That's his wife.
Yeah, she was pretty cute. Apparently.
Yeah. I thought he was.
I know he's supposed to be rich. Like outside of this comment, like he was a rich. That's how he even got in. He was just a rich liberal who knew the right people, and he's like, I can do comics too. I'll make comics for everybody.
The audacity! I keep mentioning this, but I've been listening to all of Mahler's, you know, like Star Wars videos, and it's just like it's so insulting that they would just come in there and like callously just steal, rebrand. It's like you could talk as much shit about Star Wars or all, you know, fandom all you want, but to actively go destroy someone else's thing because it doesn't reflect your worldview or your values is like appalling. It's like I don't have the words for it. Like it's just so wrong and evil.
When you actually break it down, I think sometimes at least even me, you get kind of used to it ever having happened, but you really reflect like it's absolutely insane that you would pay billions of dollars and then take a franchise and intentionally destroy it for to be on the right side of history just because of your ideology. And the thing that kills me is there was a movie that could have been made that probably still wasn't great, but would have been able to, entertain fans, and still you could have tossed in little droplets of ideology and made a total interesting story, but you didn't want to. That was never the plan. This was, in the face of the patriarchy and males and women could do better, and I don't need to explain my plan, and it's just complete bullshit.
It's disgusting. It's just like I said it, I think last week. It's just, could you just imagine going into someone else's culture and just be like, some like Little Women or something, and be like, there's just not enough aliens in this. There's just not enough like, action sequences, and just like turning their entire thing into something that never was, simply because it's not my values, like, and their property. It's like complete lack of respect for the property, for the fans, for the legacy. It's just like, it's not what I want, so I'm gonna change it and turn it into everything, and I can do that, and I did.
Yeah,
it's like, oof.
Let's do a remake of Still Magnolias where everybody's robots.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
I want the Notebook where he fights bank robbers.
Superpowers.
Crime fighting in the Notebook.
Yeah. Speaking of crime fighting, it looks like our crime fighting operation is being funded by the Islington girl. I always do this to read the super chats without, inception. But it doesn't let you tip anything or say anything. Just a tip. $3.50. Thank you, Islington girl. I appreciate it. And people in the chat are mentioning that Kibble Smith's family does indeed have money. He's a rich asshole.
Well, that was true. There was another story that came out this week. I think it was this week. It was that Kimmy Schmidt actress.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that later. Yeah,
Yahtzee.
Yeah, she went to.
We could talk about it, but and this was just a point made by some. There was just a point that some comedian made that I was like, brilliant, and it was that okay, so she goes this cotillion thing, whatever, and she's like the belle of the ball, but she's like rich in whatever town or city she's from, like she's wealthy, upper crust. And he said, like, I think BJ Novak, like all these guys, like they go to really upper crusty schools, like they're the elite, and it's like all these like liberal people who just like love all this stuff, like their favorite things. They're all just these upper crust, like elite intellectuals. Yeah,
and Ellie Kemper is the girl. And was it true? What was true is, apparently this organization, it looked very, I talked about Illuminati. I don't know what the hell was going on with their little ceremony, but anyway,
weird,
little creepy. But this organization apparently did have a racist past and didn't let anybody that wasn't white in until like 1979, I believe, which is still late. But this happened in 1999, and so apparently they had already been letting black and other races in, for 20 years by the time she was involved. So I mean, I don't know. I've never met Ellie Kemper. I can't tell you, but I don't think this individual thing indicates yes, she must be a Klans member. I mean, a lot of organizations have paths that we don't, we may not agree with. I mean, we talked about fucking Coca-Cola funding the Yahtzees, the actual Yahtzees back in the day, and fucking what's that shit? Augusta National for the Masters. I know it took them forever to start letting. I don't know if they even let in women. I mean, they probably do now. I haven't kept up with them, but I know that was
based ass Augusta National.
Yeah, yeah. I know that was a thing into the 2000s at least. I'm not sure if it's since changed. Because I don't keep up with golf anymore. But yeah, I remember that. So it's not like, but no, it's not like ESPN's boycotting the Masters and stuff like that. It's like, okay, I'm not saying it's right. But I mean, who gives a shit about this crazy Illuminati rich people ball? Let her be the belle.
No, I don't care. But to me, it just points out that this is who entertainers are. This is who that intellectual mob is. Are rich upper crust people who like they're white, like they like the fact that they're like all so concerned about the downtrodden and minorities. It's such farce. It's like they didn't come from that. They have all this tremendous white guilt and status guilt, so they project it onto everyone else.
Basically, that's exactly what it is. It's like
exactly what it is.
if these people didn't have their white guilt, the world would be a lot better of a place.
It's just like to be in Hollywood anyway, for the most part. Like you have to have a lot of money and a lot of free time, and it doesn't hurt if you have connections. So it's like, what do you going to expect's going to get out of it? That's why it's like, we've dispelled it a million times, but it's still like this myth that they're more virtuous is just hilarious.
It's insane. They couldn't be less virtuous. I mean, a lot of stuff get covered up now, but it's not too far off of fucking Arnie Hammer eating people, apparently, whatever the fuck he was going through.
Right. That wild
So
shit.
it's like, you guys are insane. You're the crazy motherfuckers. You're the people that we need to be worried about with all your ideologies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We should be fighting you, not the other way around. Not that we encourage violence on this channel.
And we are, because we are the culture crime fighters, and that's what we
do.
do.
Yeah. But figuratively, for legal purposes, please don't sue us. And what is it? Debutante balls are still a big thing here in New Orleans. White people do them, black people do them. Sometimes black and white people do them together. And again, that organization apparently was already letting in other races outside of white. And foul ball, as Noble Iro was trying to spell, us is completely correct, unless he's going with the German pronunciation. And yes, Arnie Hammer does like finger food.
Food. I get it. That's fine.
Let's get back
Senshin
to
Dildo is being very progressive. Look at him. He's like,
look at Senshin Dildo.
United.
There you go, Senshin Dildo. Regular leftist.
Yeah. Very, very, very progressive.
It's now a song for legal reasons. That's a joke. They're projecting their sins on us, so they are not so bad. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Or being batshit insane. I do want to read some more of this article.
Yeah, read more.
Because there's the power set. I want to see if we get into the power set. So right now I'm just going to skim through. Oh, you know what? I'll just read through it. I think it does say it. She says, cut to Comic-Con. I'm going there and I'm still not seeing a lot of women. I'm not seeing women.
Oh, well,
that
that's a crime automatically.
But no, here's the thing. She's not seeing women that aren't in Lycra reflected back on her. Because obviously, men put guns to their girlfriends' heads and made them dress in skin-tight clothes for Comic-Con. And none of them did it over their own volition.
Do you think you'd be Khaleesi if you were unattractive?
If you look like Lena Dunham.
Myth. Yeah. You're not going to be the queen of fucking dragons. Stop with this myth that female sexuality doesn't matter. It matters.
Shit, male sexuality matters. There's a reason Jason Momoa sells a lot of tickets.
Yes. Yes.
So it's complete BS.
Absurd. It's like women need to be stripped of like this extraordinarily important quality to them as well. You don't see Emilia Clarke showing up in fucking sweatpants and her hair in a net like a
she's in a little
nest
jumpers,
like it's
skirt or something.
She's always looking pretty, always leaning into her good qualities, of course, because people like that and they value it. Stop with this myth.
Yeah, it didn't look like. I guarantee you, she did not do her own hair.
No,
I guarantee you, somebody else, a professional, did. Yeah, her hair or makeup. Probably didn't even pick her own clothes, but she paid for it, and that's cool.
It's
but
all
if you're
fine.
doing that,
I don't see them if they're not in Lycra. It's like I wouldn't see you if you weren't fucking hot. No, I wouldn't even know your name.
No. I mean, if you were an actress, you'd be like this weird character actress that plays like really quirky.
Friend.
Yes. You would be Lena Dunham or at best Melissa McCarthy. At best.
Yeah, maybe. But you're not even as charming as Melissa McCarthy.
No. Yeah, because at least she's just terrible sometimes, but she's pretty funny and cool.
Funny. She's funny.
Yeah. She is funny. She's legit funny.
She's funny. She commits.
She does commit to her bit. You got to give her credit for that.
Give her that. That's hard.
Because a lot of people don't. And to be honest, she's one of the few people allowed to make comedies nowadays because of women.
Yeah, good for her.
Snorter Pooper says they're fighting upstream against millions of years of evolution. Attractiveness attracts. Well, some motherfuckers are always trying to skate uphill, and I need to make that drop. I don't know what I'm doing.
I love
that.
What's that from again? Oh, it's Blade.
Blade. It's first Blade. Wesley Snipes. I forgot. I think right before he kills the what was it? Steven Dorff or somebody? Yes, and he's right before he kills him. He's like, some motherfuckers always want to ice skate up here. Apparently, he didn't even know what the fuck he was saying. But like nowadays, it makes sense because there are people who are always trying to go against like reality. They're trying to just always fight reality. Always trying to go uphill against reality.
Yeah, that's why I love the expression "based" because it just cuts through all that. Just based in reality. enough.
Yeah. Such a dildo. I want to see
Jesus.
where. Jesus, brother. I thought we were the Simps. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Um.
really.
Fuck. That one broke me. But are there more to her point? Because you're a toxic male centric dildo. Are there any women that out there that are superpowered, but aren't in skin tight costume? Not that I could see. That's led me to the wouldn't it be funny if conversation. And then she says, the biggest reason why I want to make a comic is I wanted young girls to look at a woman that was fallible. Obviously, you're seeing that in the industry. You got all these incredibly empowering female shows, but I felt like I hadn't seen it in this genre. There's never been a comic that's tried to empower women ever before Emilia Clarke. Ever.
Yes, but hold on. Now I'm wondering, is this based as Emilia Clarke, where she's like, all these women are written like they have no flaws, they're perfect, they're the bestest ever. She's like, I kind of want to see a woman as a person. Like that almost sounds like that's what she's saying.
Maybe. The fact that she said, a woman is fallible. I mean, we are in the Mary Sue age where every girl's Ray, bestest ever.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah. Has to be.
maybe we'll see. There is the hope that this is all like this crazy. I remember, was a script doctor, I think, again on Midnight Sage, or somebody on Midnight Sage said maybe this is like performance art. Like, do you remember when Joaquin Phoenix had that gimmick like 10, 15 years ago where he was like, I think he's trying to be a rapper or something, or a singer or something.
Yeah,
it was all one big like fake. Like maybe there's some element of that because this comic seems so absurd. Yeah, let me see. I really want to get to.
It's also a jumble of things too. Like it sounds like someone told her to say certain woke stuff. Like, oh, you lean into the female thing, lean into the fact that you were excluded from comics, blah blah blah. But then like the truth comes out where she's like, well, I wanted to write this because it was like I just wanted to see like a person as a person instead of this, ideologue. This sort of like what's the word? Like not effigy, but like avatar of all of our politics wrapped into one person.
Yeah. And Isn't a Girl gives us some counter examples. Jim and the Holograms, not skin tight. Her mommy from Harry Potter, which part that's because she was a kid, half of it.
Good
and then
point.
This is the best point. People in their own fucking show, Game of Thrones. So yeah, there were definitely people in the genre, women in genre who didn't, always wear skin tight clothes.
That's true. And some of our favorite like also didn't. Like you have, Arwen from Lord of the Rings, you know what I mean? Like was never you never saw like skin from her, like she was terrific. And it's like you do have Leia's bikini, but like you still have 2 episodes where Leia is just, a fucking badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She fires the first shot for the rebels.
She does. You're right. And it took until that 3rd episode, and of course that's been toxified because women, it's objectifying women.
Well, they took it back when they put a guy in Leia's bikini.
Did they?
Yeah, you never saw that?
No.
I think it was I don't know if it was a meme or a comic book cover. I think it was a comic book cover.
Oh boy. I hope it was a meme. Just for sanity's sake.
I'm Googling guy in Leia's bikini. I really hope this comes up correctly. I do not want to just see a bunch of dudes wearing Leia's bikini. Oof.
I'm about to skim through and see if they talk about okay, do tap the powers. Yeah. What's that? Sorry. Okay, that's pretty much after the powers. All right, we got a little bit more to go. Well, a decent amount more to go through. I'll skim some of it. Because some of it is just, Me Too and whatever. But I got to get to these fake statistics and her superpower set because those are probably the most relevant things. And Matt taking the hit for the rest of us. Yeah. I mean, I'll share it if it's like not super, if his wang's not hanging out. If he's not rocking out with his cock out.
Oh, it's not a comic book character. It's I think it's cosplay.
Oh, thank the Most High. It's just some weirdo. I mean, not weirdo. We're not trying to be oppressive or whatever. Just some individual who wants an individually wear the Leia thing.
Mark Hamill retweeted it.
I see.
Oh, but then he says it could have been worse. He's just saying like, "Oh, that could have been me." Okay, there's not really
Okay.
anything to worry about it. It's
Okay.
emasculating because it's like you've got Han Solo. The girl's now Han Solo, and the guy is Leia,
Yeah.
and like the whole conceit is like, "Oh, whatever. What's the difference?" It's like, well, no status is lost if the girl is Leia, but the guy being Leia is losing status. So yeah, it's emasculating.
Yeah. Yes. Sentient Dildo, always throwing shade, says, "Oh, please, Matt, like this is your first time Googling guys in bikinis." And Noble Iroh just gives us Wang, which we are not trying to see. And one of the commentaries on the extended Lord of the Rings, one of Arwen's dresses is slightly see-through, but I don't excuse me about that. But I don't
Maybe,
remember
but
it.
I don't feel like the character is at all sexualized.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to hear a bunch of bullshit with no receipts? I know we've never done this before on the channel. The actors threw out a bunch of numbers about female representation in comics without citing a source. In doing my research, I found that 16% of comic book creators are female, according to a 2019 study. Who knows who did the study? And only about 30% of the comic book characters are women. On the other hand, roughly half of the comic book buyers are female. And something did not sit right with me in that exchange.
Shit.
Of course it is. And all these sides are telling me to make my own.
Shit.
Complete
She's
bullshit.
definitely, you know what? The comic book numbers, I bet that's using manga.
That's what a lot of people are starting to say.
Because in Japan, they use like lots
They
of
love
women
it.
buy manga. It's huge.
Even here, I
yeah.
told the story looking for crap for my cheap ass mask. The girl at Walmart read the fucking My Hero Academia manga because she liked the anime. Mm-hmm. And she talked about doing cosplay for My Hero Academia. Nobody put a gun to her head if she wears a skin tight My Academia cosplay, by the way, Emilia Clarke. It's just her own volition. But there's no way that US comic books, half of their audience is female. There's literally no way that's
also,
true.
Women feel good when they're looking good and they get credit for it. Like, you ever hear like the Chris Rock's bit about that? Women need food, water, and compliments.
Yes.
And like that's it's like that's part of it. And it's like, especially a woman who looks good and is embracing it in that moment, and you give her a compliment about it, that makes her feel good.
Yeah. And here's another thing. If she's correct, why would you change things? If half of the women are reading comics, why would you ruin what they already like?
Good point.
Yeah. What in the world, Friday's Day? It would be more based if the guy in the metal bikini still managed to kill Jabba with his bare hands. Like a man in a bikini. Like he's in a bikini, but he's the most masculine man. Now I'm thinking of like what's the guy from Venture Brothers that's all jacked? Like in a bikini, snapping Jabba's neck.
I don't know.
And yeah, who doesn't like compliments? Apparently not Emilia Clarke. Of course, this woman does not like compliments. Sure.
No, she doesn't like. Yeah, it's not having like a rough day, and someone tells her she looks pretty, and it makes her feel better. So that never happened.
Yeah, it's never happened before in her life. And finally, we get to these powers I've been wanting to get to. On Maya, which is this evil, not evil, whatever the hell this character is. She's a single mom that's got to get shit done. Of course, this is born from the idea that single mothers are superheroes. I mean, you could try to work it out with your husband and not be a single mother, but that's neither here nor there. You need superhuman strength to do that. When you get in your 30s and your friends start having kids, you're like, oh my God, I was not aware of what it took. Holy shit. Because she's never been around. She's never had to do anything in her life. And she sees people having to be humans and raise kids. She's like, oh my God, this is so hard. You're like a superhero.
I mean, look, but like, it's not like moms do that and the dads are just like sitting back, like, it's great being a dad. Like, they also have to do all this other shit and build things and fix stuff around the house and help with the kids and bring them to soccer practice and you have to do all. Like, parenting is hard for everyone, but like women get all the credit for it. It's like,
yeah. Real quick in the chat, Sentient Dildo says also 50% of beauty salon customers are men. And APM is here. Hell, APM. And he's right. Everyone wants to hear they look good. To pretend otherwise is deny reality. Absolutely true. Every human on earth wants to look good. Everybody. That's just natural to the human conditions. Human condition. So her powers, The bloating, the hair growth, mood swings, the agony, all of it. We hate when it happens. Speaking for myself and everyone I've ever met who's had a period. Oh Lord. What if we turned around and made her period something that she could feel as this unique, crazy, superhuman things that happens in her body. When Maya is scared, she goes invisible. When she's angry, she has superhuman strength, and she can swing like Spider-Man from her armpit hair. Clarke elaborates. I don't know what else to say.
I hope that's supposed to be a joke. I just really.
It has to be, right?
To be like, ha ha. Oh, but it's also so gross. It's like, ew. That'd be gross if a guy did it, but it would be like, ew. But like, the way there's like booger humor and stuff. Like a girl.
Yeah.
Just like, ugh, gross.
Maybe that's what she's going for. I don't know. She's British, right?
Yeah.
And APM's here. The Brits like to take the piss out of everything, so to speak. Yins is here. We have some British representation. And even Islington, I think, lived in the UK at some point.
Islington.
The British do like to take the piss out of things. That is kind of their thing. And maybe this is like the only logical explanation for this is all like a joke. Like I know some of this it says comedy, but it's just like there's no logical person who would think, what would sell something for a comic if somebody could swing like Spider-Man from their armpit hair. Unless you're just like, what would be like really funny on some like Cabbage Patch Kids?
Does she leave like long armpit hairs like all over the city?
That's gross. What if she's musty? That's grotesque. What was that Cabbage Patch Kid ripoff that was like Garbage Pail Kids?
Yeah.
Like that's the only comp I can think of.
Yeah.
I see. APM says
she said like Spider-Man, so she does leave long like arm hairs all over the city. That's so gross.
This has to be a joke. And APM says we do, but I have a horrible feeling she's been LA'd. I have the feeling, and a lot of people are starting to comment, I don't think she wrote this. This was written for her, and she just said it. And that's pretty much it in the article. I had to get to the powers part. They saved it for the end because John F. Trent wants you to read the whole article. And yeah, that's insane.
Is there artwork of her doing that?
Oh man, I gotta check. Sheesh. Wookie Lives Matter says I raised my girl because her mother was a deadbeat, and this makes me want to kick someone in the clitoris. Yes, there are deadbeat moms as well. There's bad people of all groups. I went to this comic book store and I was not scared. Let me see. She's talking to PP out of readers of comics in general. Yeah, this is killed the vibe. I don't think anybody's gonna be hard for forever after this. Because there was another comment I wanted to. But yeah, the cover art is the only thing I've seen. Wait, now he says that's the only part you take serious. And this cover art does not look comedic. Did you find stuff?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few frames, a few cells, but it's all just like domestic stuff. It's all just her talking to her son or like talking to somebody at work, or like absolutely none of it's her fighting crime.
Yeah. And I mean, this comic doesn't look comedic. Like I said, it looks hermetic. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this. Wookie Lives Matter says getting knocked up isn't magical. If a sewer rat can do it, it's not magical. Yeah.
I mean, it's just the idea that like the first thing you'd lead with is like her interpersonal relations and stuff like that. Like that's the real selling point for this superhero. It's like, let's not show Spider-Man, fighting Doc Ock. Let's see him getting into an argument with Mary Jane.
Yeah,
about rent. What? No, he's a superhero. We want to see him do superhero things.
Now let me tell you about my struggle, my horrifying truth about entering a comic book shop as a whammon, rich white whammon, 2021. That's basically essential deal, though. Apparently, Islington Girl's giving us a little bit information of where she grew up. She lived in London and literally Charing Cross Road and Shaftesbury Ave. You are tripping over bookstores and comic book stores. The entire road is all that.
Well, they were all bigoted. We know that for sure. They were all
obviously
women. We know that
because Britain is racist, and we have
spam.
Shout out to the spam on Twitch because we multi-stream on Twitch. If
spam.
You want to become famous, I
you
wouldn't suggest
followers.
You buy followers from here because I don't think you'll have your credit card information. And New Bomb Turk, I don't know. I guess there's.
Am I a mod? I guess I am a mod. I can boot.
Are you a mod? But I don't know. It only shows up in the Twitch. I don't think it's going to show up in the
okay, yeah, it's not
YouTube. Real quick, I got a super chat, and I'll check. Talk a little bit about what New Bomb Turk was saying. I don't know if you want to talk about. I think it's okay. Coin for a handsome host. Thank you, APM. I appreciate it. It's a 1412. Not sure what that works out in quid or pounds, but thanks, bro. Appreciate it. And I'm not sure I didn't really want to talk about it because I feel like I've been talking about this shit all week. But New Bomb Turk said there's something with Doomcock in his Twitter message. I don't know what's happening because I'm obviously streaming. And to me, we obviously made fun of the little beef to kind of get you guys to watch it, make a joke out of it. But to me, it's for the mostly squash, even though there's clearly some hurt feelings with a lot of like individuals in the community. And, I respect that. And I don't want to honor everyone's feelings, but at the same time, I'm not trying to, I've talked about it for 2 days and I'm like, I'm too much of I can't care anymore. I really can't.
Yeah. I'm not one to get involved in like drama. It's just kind of like, whatever. I mean, I'm happy. I hope that it gets squashed. I kind of respected Ryan's response where he didn't bend over. I still think the rumors are bullshit, but I didn't mean to insult the fans. So I
respected it as well.
Okay,
which is honestly fair. That's fair.
It's fair. The thing is, though, like I didn't care when I saw that Doomcock's video existed. I was like, I'm not even clicking on this. Like, I don't care. That's the. It's kind of like it's your own. You know what I mean? Like it's your. Yeah, like if you want to be interested in the rumors, be interested in the rumors. If you don't. I understood Ryan's point, but I think he was just trying to make a joke, like at the expense of like, just saying like, and also I was trying to look cool in front of Rags and Mahler, and was just saying like, if you're getting caught up about these rumors, like you're a fucking retard. And I think that's what he was trying to get at. But I think like, he's like, and he just kind of got too in his feelings and just started, just kind of, I don't know, besmirch Doomcock's name, but
so my take was always this, and you know what, we talked about it. New Bomb Turk kind of helped me understand why anyone cared. Because my thought was like, hey, no disrespect to the quartering, I don't watch the quartering because I can't hear 5 stories a day in my feed talking about woke people bad. It's not disrespect to him. Doesn't mean he's not good at what he does. I just don't want to watch that. And so my whole thing is, if you don't like what the nature of what Doomcock is, just don't watch it. But New Bomb Turk's point was, the community is constantly, because there are so many people who do believe these rumors. There's too many people on extremes on both sides. They're just fucking rumors. There's too many people who absolutely believe them as gospel, which you shouldn't. And there's so many people, since your diddles, to stop being so gay. People keep talking about it. And so I don't know what else to do. And then there's people who just like, oh my God, it's another thing. It's like, it's just fun. Doomcock has a helmet and a puppet, and he's talking about cat. It's just a fun video. Don't like it. Like, what do you want? This is not. It's fun. If you don't like it, that's fine. I think a couple things. One, everybody's just on edge ever since Zack Snyder splooshed in everyone's face, and two, everybody has like this real emotionality to Kathleen Kennedy. So hearing, she's going to be fired again, like there's tons of other rumors he covers, and nothing triggers people like the Kathleen Kennedy stuff. Because people are still pissed, and
whatever. Like, let Doomcock do his videos. I don't care. I didn't click, and I would never click. I don't give a shit. I'll hear about it when she leaves, then I'll know.
Yes, we'll know.
Variety announces it, then I'll talk about it. I don't care until then. What's the difference? And like it's the point is like, even so, it's not like I don't think it's a magic fix for Star Wars. Star Wars is dead. It's over. It's gone.
It is. It's dead.
We're done.
They don't make anymore.
They stopped making them in 83, and that's it.
Exactly. They stopped making them in 83. Yeah. They did really, really well done fan fiction in the EU, and even with the prequels. And yes, I know George Lucas wrote the prequels. They're still really well done fan fiction. I'm sorry. I like the last one a lot. I know some people like it their most. But it's over, and it's okay. The problem is we keep thinking that we need to redo these franchises again. Make a new. That was so bad.
Sorry, that's Vader.
That's Vader when he finds out Padme is dead. That's just so bad. Yeah. But okay, read up in the chat. It's not about the rumors. Okay. Well, Thin Ice Williamson. Am I on thin ice? Oh, because I criticized the EU. I'm not criticizing the EU. Oh boy. Yeah, I shouldn't have talked about. So yeah, I'm not gonna really get into it. I know everybody has their emotions towards it. I'll check it out, New Bomb Turk, after the stream because I do want to talk about other stuff outside of this. So yeah.
But so what? That also that my point about with Doomcock is like, dog, who gives a shit? Like, you're a very established YouTuber. You know, it wasn't like an attack. It was just a clumsy thing that he said. And
It kind of
ventured
ventured in
But
attack.
it's just like you're entrenched in this, and you could, I don't know. I just think if he didn't take it so personally, I think it would have not been a thing, and it'd just be like, Ryan's a dick, and then Ryan is a dick. If Ryan said something shitty about me, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds like something Ryan would do.
Yeah. But I mean, I get the real thing
like,
that
this is without respect. It's like, come on, dude. It's Ryan. He's a jerk. Ryan is a jerk off. Like I enjoy him, but he's women only get fucked. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. To validate him is something. I understand Doomcock. I'm not saying I'd like someone talking shit about me, but it's like it doesn't matter.
yeah. Well, the one thing I did understand is, says again, he is a rumor channel, and Ryan did say nothing he's ever said has ever come true, and I'm like, okay, that's too far.
Oh, did he say that? Okay,
he did say that. He said that right there, and I'm
bullshit.
like, okay, that's not true either.
That's not fair. Yeah,
and he said anyone, and the attacking the fans is the real issue because that's what this thing is built on. He apologized. Listen, there's I understand people not wanting fans because that's the New Bound Turk told me. Like, listen, everybody is in these chats, keep bringing up the Kathleen Kennedy rumors to other creators, and that gets annoying. And I get that. I can understand that. He could have criticized the man without being disrespectful. That was my take. At the end of the day,
I think that's fair.
The real take is it's almost like we're a collective of individuals in the end. We are all individuals. Men do not have to agree with each other, but they should be respectful of each other. So hopefully everyone, I know there's different emotions in the chat. Be respectful. Be respectful, guys.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I put out my video of like, more just like a wrestling promo for you.
Yeah.
But the truth was, because I was listening to Gary's Nooner and he's getting these chats and people are like, oh, the Phantom Menace is over. I'm like, look, the Phantom Menace isn't Doomcock or Gary or Ryan or anybody. It's a passion to preserve story and to do it, on the principles of storytelling and with respect for each other, respect for the fans, and just all around embracing of good storytelling. So these principles can't be destroyed by some drama between a couple of YouTubers that no one's going to remember in 6 months. So it's like I have no concern about the future of the Phantom Menace or anyone involved. We're doing just fine. Real quick though, I also got a tip from APM. Yeah, he sent me one across the board. Thank you very much. It says coin for our handsome hosts. So thank you so much, APM.
Oh man, thank you for funding everything, man. We appreciate your support. We appreciate everyone's support. Thanks a ton.
So fucking generous. Thank you. Guys are great.
I'm trying to look for the Ellie Camper thing on Bounty. I don't want to go through the whole story. We can just talk about it. And it's something else I just found looking. I sort of forgot. I guess Disney got hit with a sexual orientation suit on the first day of Pride Month, which is fucking hilarious.
Is that on Bounty in the comics?
It's on Bounty, and I'm scrolling because I read the damn Ellie Camper story. I can't remember how old it is though. Where the hell is it?
I feel like it was this week or last week.
Yeah.
They pump it out a lot. Oh, it's right there in the front.
Found it.
Got it? Okay.
Yep, found it. Okay, let's talk about that. And I never saw Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And yeah, this is way down. This says this is why I never call myself the Phantom Menace. And that's probably the best thing. And oh man, that's pretty wrong. Newbound Turk. If that's what it is, they can't see. This is getting petty. That's silly.
What's going on? What?
Apparently, Newbound Turk says, and I think Cammy is bionic belly button. If that, please correct me if I'm wrong. But that she couldn't mod for him anymore because she's mod with Ryan. That's too. Now I don't. I've been pretty defensive of Doomcop, but I can't really defend that at all. Wow. If that's the case, that's
fucked up.
That's too much.
I don't want to act on like if that's the case.
If that's the case, because
I think that's fucked up because modding is generally you do it for free.
Yes.
And it's like an honor that your channel that you really like would let you do it, but it's a service to you.
Yeah. I don't care if you guys, you guys can if cinch your dildo, which I haven't made of mine. I didn't do the same thing Matt did and give him that power. But
yeah,
if
don't do that. That was a huge mistake.
Timing out everybody. But yeah, I mean, if somebody like that or somebody want the weight down, it's not that the weight down's never done anything disrespectful to any of us. You know what I mean? It's all jokes and stuff. So this is another good point. Not to beat, we are in a post me as well situation. Did he say that or did she say that on Twitter? This is good getting point, a bit. Man of War 665, neighbor of the beast, getting a bit messy. You know what? It is getting a bit SGW bad. I can't help but to disagree with or agree with that. Because assuming, I hope it's not true. I hope there's more to it. And she's been a mod the whole time out there. That would be crossing the line. And I, as a guy who really has been like this whole time been pretty defensive of Doomcock, saying, hey, he's just a rumor channel. And I've agreed that he could have handled things a little differently. I also think the proximity to Friday Night Tights and the Inquisition being just one day in between messed things up. If it was if the Inquisition was a Wednesday show, maybe this gets ironed out behind the scenes before it happens. But because it's like the next day or 2 days later, there's really no. At least there wasn't enough time apparently for things to be ironed.
Oh, look, Sencha Dildo's not happy about it.
Oh man, yeah, another bionic one. And from her avatar, she's pretty cute. Yeah, so I hope that's not the case. And
can we get any receipts on this? Can we get any receipts on this new bomb?
He sent the Twitter link.
Let's open it.
You know what? I can't help but to, with everything's going on, I can't help.
Well, we just talked about it. I could understand avoiding it, but we did just talk about it on the air. So
yeah, we already. If there's beef, there's beef, I guess. But I mean, what do you do if this stuff is happening? What are we supposed to do? Yeah,
no, I agree. APM's comment says he thinks Doomcock suffers from severe depression, much make him overreact and be very sensitive. Honestly, I think I don't know if that's right. Like depression is like a diagnosable disease, so I'm not saying that. But like he does come across to me quite miserable a lot, which is why I don't listen all the time, because I just find him to just be like, Gary gets upset about these things, but it kind of fuels him, and like interesting passion comes out where it's like Doomcock seems really like upset. And he just like it's like I just lose interest as a viewer.
Well, she's talking about quitting a month ago. So okay. Let's who's talking?
No, I'm just saying. Like we're just here we are getting we're getting false.
Yeah, and listen, I'm not trying to take anyone's side, but I mean, this is information. This is the news, and I hate talking about it. I talked about 3 fucking days in a row. Like, okay, about it, this is done. This is done. We're going to talk about period, and I didn't really want to talk about that, but it's just Hockey United, so fantastic. But this is what her tweet says. I quit, and this is Bionic Belly Button. I quit as a Doomcock wrench about a month ago. I didn't even notice that. Still support him, but it's not a good fit for me anymore. Yesterday, I offered to come back and work for him on Sunday to show my support, but today he declined because I am wrenching in an opposing stream on Friday nights. And there's 3 different things. Apparently, I've taken Ryan's side. I choose to support both of them during this drama. This is an overlapping fandom of content creators, something I keep saying that the biggest misnomer is that you have whatever that sub count by your name. No. There's a whole lot of people who have a whole lot of people who are on the same sub. That's the reason I can see the Isn't
almost
girl.
Everyone here. I think almost everyone here is sub to Gary, at least.
Yes. I just saw half of you in the Midnight's Edge stream. I saw Islington Girl, I saw Darius Moonchild, I think I saw the Wake Down, and I can see them on your channel, I can see them on Nick's channel, I can see them on Gary's channel, I can see them on Doomcock's channel. So this idea, there's a small amount of fans. And they're all, well, I know Noble Iroh because he just scorched earth. That was his first response, to just unsub from everybody. And with this drama, how can you blame him? With this drama, how can you say, you know what, I'm out? I understand that standpoint. If you're a fan, I'm not telling people what to do. That's not what I'm still going to watch stuff. Hopefully, I Doomcock has followed me. If I get unfollowed, I love him to pieces, but that's life, man. To read the rest of this, since we already semi-stepped in it, well, I mean, what the fuck? I'm not Access Media. Like, what? You know what I mean? I choose to support both of them during this drama, which a lot of people do. Is an overlapping fandom of content creators should not be able to made to choose and take sides. I saw both sides of the situation and felt minor errors were made by everyone involved. Something I agree with. No one is perfect. If you don't see me working for Doomcock anymore, now you know. So, you know, if I do want to preface it with, this is one person's side of the story. It could be more relevant factors that we don't know, especially since it started a month ago, which is before all this drama happened. So I don't know. I'm not sure, and I don't want to say anything based upon just one person's testimony or something. But it is messy, and I really don't, if it's true, I don't like it.
I feel you. Glinzer brings up a question. It says, "Why does all this crap have to go public anyway?" And honestly, I think that's a great question, because really, I don't.
This isn't any of our business, but it is now because they made it that.
Exactly. And as I think the more you talked about what Ryan said about Doomcock, it was like, yeah, Ryan probably shouldn't have said that. Like, that's shitty. But he caught a lot of shit for it during the stream.
Yeah. That's why I defended Gario now. He probably thought it was handled right there. They make fun of him and say, "Where did Doomcock hurt you?"
Yeah, and it really just felt like Ryan being stupid Ryan. It's just like, right, who cares? Fucking, it's a yipping dog, as what's the name, Draco put it. But yeah. I think it's public now because Doomcock made it public. He put a big public tweet attacking him. It's like, well, now it's a story.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. It's like, I think it might go away, but if you have stuff like this continuing the story, it's like, I guess, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but
yeah.
You just don't want to believe that people that you respect their integrity are acting petty.
Yeah, you never want to see that. And to quote our resident gay bloke who just funded both of our pockets, it's all very gay. This is his words, not mine. This is his words, not mine.
Very gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it is. What is it? Parks and Rec? He was like, yay. Can't think of his name. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this. This is not really called for. I don't see it. Again, don't know if there's this apparently started a month ago. So if she quit, I don't know. Maybe there's other reasons, and maybe there's other stuff we don't know about. But I'm not. Yeah, salute APM. That I agree with that.
It is a little weird, yeah, and I don't know. Maybe Doomcock's paranoid because maybe he feels like Ryan's gonna be like a spy and use his other mod. I don't know. It's just,
I don't know. That's not good.
Gives a shit. What are you gonna do? What could someone in the chat spy on and report back? It's all public.
Yeah.
It's not,
I don't
maybe
know.
member stream stuff. I don't know, but
yeah, I hope it's not true. Honestly,
I hope it's not true too. It's like, if you don't have anything to hide, then it's like, what do you care if she comes back? Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's move on.
Good. Yeah, let's move on to KKK Queen and Ellie Kemper. Cancel mob is
Ellie KKK Kemper.
Yeah, Ellie KKK Kemper. She's been canceled by the mob in a past participation in a veiled prophet pageant, and until this story came out, I had never heard of veiled prophet ever.
Me neither. Has she actually been canceled, or is it just there's an attack on her? Because there's
just an attack on her.
Being canceled means something happened. There's actions.
Yeah, I don't think she's lost any sponsorships or jobs or anything. They're just a bunch of mean people on Twitter, and I'm not even sure what the hell she's doing right now. So I couldn't tell you. This is her.
Is this show over?
The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
Yeah.
Because let's toss it into the Google machine because I couldn't tell you. Let's go over this. It's still going.
Okay.
It's still going. At least that's what it says.
And ran for 4 seasons.
Oh, ran. Okay. Right, okay, yeah. So it's already over. So then, there's really nothing for her to be canceled for.
Future jobs,
I guess. But this will blow over because no one cares. She was fucking 19 when she did this. Now I don't know what the hell's going on with these background costumes and the gloves and everything. This is not that type of channel, right? You already had that damn cover. Go to other channels if you want to break down the veiled prophet. I have no idea. But I wanted to get to this because this is another long article. Apparently, this organization did have a legitimate history of racism. They didn't in the past let any black or Jews to take part in the event, but until 1979. But this happened in 1999, so they had already been, integrated, so to speak, after 20 years. So, and you can't see Matt? Really? Is that Cinch and Dildo joking, or can anyone else see Matt?
I don't know.
Because I can see Matt. Yeah, something on your end. Because Newbomb Turk can see Matt. We've had enough technical issues. We're already canceled by the Fandom Menace, and everything. So who knows? There was a fucking cat fight with both of the woke girls. The Oasis just face is just forgettable. Cinch and Dildo always there to
My mom says I'm very handsome.
There you go. Cinch and Dildo always bring positivity to the world. So the real thing, like I said, she was a part of this organization when she was 19. I guess she won what was it called? The Queen of Love and Beauty. So I guess white privilege because of that.
Must have been a pretty low bar. Must not have been a really packed competition, because if she's the Queen of Beauty, she's I didn't get a lot out of that photo that made me think she's the winner. Yeah, she didn't look like the most beautiful girl in 1999 or whatever. She looks goofy.
She looked like a goofy, awkward looking teen.
Yeah,
but she was able to win, probably because her family's rich. That's my guess.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
But just the fact Twatter, which of course it represents the people so much, because only 3% of the people in America might 90% of the content or some stupid metric like that. I don't know it for sure, but there is a metric. Yeah, she's not that hot. She's probably the median of what I've done. You know what I mean? Like that's
she's a 6.
Yeah, solid 6, median. Like that's the bar. It's the half or above, half or below. But Ellie Kemper, the actress who played Erin Hammond on The Office and starred in The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, has been outed as a Klan princess. In a tweet read by Here Is My Spout, a leading source, I guess. I don't know who this guy is. Yeah,
what a jackass to just say that like it's indisputable.
Yeah,
it's complicated at best.
Yeah. And Small Time says Ellie Kemper is from Missouri and went to Princeton. Her family definitely has money. Agreed. Yeah, she's from the right family. That's probably why she won. Yeah. And again, I don't know if anyone cared. Like, this is such a deep dig, but I thought it was funny that there were so many people angry about this. It's obviously fucked up that Kemper won prom queen at the St. Louis Racist Convention. It's also extremely funny to me that Twitter airing her daily dirty laundry was apropos of nothing. Like someone woke up on this fine Memorial Day and just said, "Today I come from Kimmy Schmidt," or "come for Kimmy Schmidt." Yeah, like why today did someone say, "Hey, Kimmy Schmidt, we're coming for you, N-word"? I mean, not the N-word, but because it's racist, but like we're coming for you.
That was like the Hulk Hogan thing you were just doing.
Booker T. Yeah, Booker T. And it knew immediately that he screwed up. It's just
Hulk Hogan coming for you. Goes, oh.
Yeah, and then the girl next to him starts giggling, laughing.
Yeah.
Snorter Poopus. I've been saying this for a while. It's hard to tell what celebs actually look like with all the makeup, styling, lighting. Yeah, there's a lot of fuckery with modern makeup. Well, yeah, but everyone else does, and it's just awkward to just go like, yeah. But sometimes it does slip. When I'm playing games, it slips, man. It slips. I can't help it.
Me too. Wait, I mean, that's not what I mean.
We're canceled. More cancellation for us. We're canceled. We're going to be sued by Anita Sarkeesian and Brie Larson.
He uses the N-word.
Yeah, I'm going to be canceled for not murdering you immediately, apparently.
Give me some fucking ink. Yeah. That's good.
There you go. Hey, it may get us publicity.
Controversial sells.
This guy says so. Ellie Kemper was either in a racist coat or one of those we're so rich we do weird shit groups, which I actually kind of agree with this. She was either going to purge parties or Klan rallies. Either way, it's not a good look. Yeah, they do look like they purge. I'm not gonna just.
I don't think she went to a Klan rally.
No
Klan rally.
Yeah. Y'all not the feeling. They keep calling it the Klan. It was not the Klan. Yeah. They admit they allow black people in their group now. Like this,
and also
they've been doing it for 40 years.
misrepresenting everything about it. That it was the Klan, and it's like, and is like, well, no, she shouldn't. It's okay that she was in the Klan because she was only a child. It's like no one's saying any of that. No one said any of that.
You
It's
guys are
not the
taking this
Klan.
false premise and then now
Yeah,
going
and
off
just
of this
running
false
with it.
premise.
But they
Yeah.
do, man. God, I remember my buddy. You know, I mention him all the time. I should come up with like a fake name for him, so I don't need to always talk about my former.
Let's call him
local-
Jim, just because. Well, no,
Jim.
can't do that because if I say Jim, that's an N-word Jim. Shit, I just thought of it right then and
Oh
there.
shit! Good call.
Mike. Hopefully that's not his name because that's such a common name.
Let's call him Black Panther.
Black Panther. Okay, T'Challa.
My buddy Black Panther, T'Challa. He once told me shit like talk about whatever, and he just started popping off about J.K. Rowling. He's like, yeah, but that's what you get when you say transphobic shit. And I was just like, bro, you know what she said? And he had no idea. It's just that you hear it from your like woke, mouthpiece, and then you believe it. You believe the worst incarnation of it. So it's like, oh, Ellie Kemper went to this maybe complicated thing. No, Ellie Kemper was literally in the KKK. Okay, that's all I need to know. And now I hate her as a racist. It's just like,
yeah. And people are guessing on the N-word. Nerdrotic, please. And then since you did, I'll get a little closer. Nerder, please.
Nerda. That's
Nerda,
close.
please. Yeah,
That's
I would
fine.
go with knitter, please, but I think that's too harsh. Too harsh.
Knitter,
Stuff
I was
with the
always concerned about that one. I'm like, guys,
Yeah.
stop doing it because someone's gonna slip.
Yes, and it's gonna fuck up everything.
Everything. It's too close. Shush.
Yeah, you're playing with fire, guys.
Plus, it was
so-
almost kind of borderline racist too. I was like, oh, let's just stop with this topic, guys. This is really going
Yes.
nowhere good. Going nowhere.
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I gotta agree. I'm like, hey, what's up, my knitter? I'm like, okay, we get it.
Just stop doing that.
This is week 4 now. We're done. I think we should. We should cancel back for culturally appropriating that terrible haircut. I stand by your mohawk.
Thank you.
I don't care what anyone says.
And I'll have you know, Such I get multiple compliments from this. For this haircut in real life, occasionally even from women. So
There you go.
that's all I got to say about that. I will say it definitely looks different in real life because like you can't really see it like with the background. It looks kind of strange, like it's getting a little more structure, but it does just kind of look like a tire skid mark. Like,
No. Yeah. And oh man, you guys are really getting deep. It's highly hypocritical for all these people to attack this woman for false equivalence when most of the attackers more likely are Democrat and Biden voters, and the Dems being the actual party of the KKK. Biden to get his political start by the Dixiecrat situation. Yeah, absolutely.
Very good point. And he also, I think, has got like some racist voting in his past or something like that.
Yeah,
he
didn't
just
want-
complicated past. Yeah, but that's interesting. how
Around the
they
same time they
cherry-pick.
let people in, by the way, or probably after, because he what did he say? He didn't want his kids living in the jungle or some stuff like that. Or
I don't know,
going to
but
school
it's just,
in the
I
jungle.
mean, regardless, it's just they will cherry pick all the time. It's like over here it's bad, over here it's okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And they ask you do live. Obviously, Matt does live near Austin. I don't
Yeah.
want to dox him. I don't want you
No, I
to
live
get.
in Austin. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's a big city.
Uh,
Also, come at me. What are you gonna do? Huh?
yeah. As Instant Girl brings up, the one MMA guy has the same haircut. So
Yeah, I
it's
saw Chuck Liddell
Chuck Liddell.
has a haircut like that. Yeah,
He was the
And,
man back in the day.
He was the fucking man. He's a scary dude. I've met him twice. He is really intense.
Really? I can imagine. He
eyes
looks
are-
like he's one of
he's
those
scary.
intense all the time guys.
His eyes is like, you're just like, oh my god. Oh my God.
Yeah, he looks like one of those trained killer type motherfuckers. He just looks so
Yeah.
big for nothing and just like angry looking, scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost every MMA guy has that look. It's like, oh god,
Yeah.
you just know
Well, I
not to
met
fuck with him.
Rampage Jackson, and he was super nice. Rampage
really?
was really sweet. Yeah, he was like adorable. He was just like
Oh,
such a
man.
nice guy. Yeah, I mean, he's not like that when he's in the ring, but when I met him, he couldn't have been sweeter.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
And people like your shirt. I meant there was somebody else. Basco Sonera likes your shirt.
Thanks.
Yeah.
This is a reference to the movie Slapshot. These are the Hanson brothers.
Yeah, it is. Awesome.
Paul Newman movie. Love this. Love that movie.
Yeah. And what was the actual? Oh, yeah, he didn't want his kids growing up in a racial jungle. Thank you, Nevar. The best is Nevar. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you, my Nevar.
Yeah. Bar. Slapshot baby. Yeah, people are happy with the slapshot thing.
Chuck Liddell being 10 times the man is Matt. Yeah, okay. I wasn't comparing myself to Chuck Liddell. I wasn't trying to say me and him are on the same level. You don't need to go after me like that, new bomb.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. Chuck Liddell is actually multiple times, like especially in his prime, he was knocking motherfuckers out because he was kind of the proto version of Connor. Yeah, this guy just knocking people out, and he was like the most popular guy until he got knocked out. But he didn't make as much money as Connor did because of wrong era.
No, not at all. But there was a big 30 for 30, I guess, with Chuck and Tito, kind of about the whole UFC. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on at work the other night, and I was like, I want to watch this, but it was obviously on mute. But I was like, that looks so interesting.
Yeah, I do remember their little rivalry and Tito kind of ducking out of stuff, even though he was good. And yeah, that was an interesting time in UFC. It definitely set the stage for what came after. And it was like
100%. To watch something evolve like that, like if you ever watch like the original UFCs, like they're crazy. Like it's
insane, like
it's
blood
madness.
sport.
It's like a circus freak show.
And this like 500-pound guy goes to this tall guy getting the shit beat out of him. They're like fights to the near death.
I always remember there was like this really shredded like Brazilian or black dude who was like a kickboxer, and he was like bouncing around like a fighter. And then there was like this dorky ass like Midwestern looking guy who looked like, you know, he was the sensei at like a strip mall karate, studio, and he was just flat-footed, just standing there, just waiting for attacks, like it was a Bruce Lee movie. And the guy like tooled him up, but you could see he kind of felt bad. He was like, I don't want to kill this guy, you know what I mean? And the guy just kept trying to scramble to his feet, like he'd clearly never really been in a fight before.
No.
It was so brutal. I was like, how did this guy end up here? Did he get lost on the way to work? What's he doing here?
There were hardly any rules in the original UFC. And then you got to remember, because of those movies, like guys thought that, oh, I know fucking karate. I'm a black belt in karate from this strip mall in Kentucky. I'm the real deal. And never, like you said, gotten into any confrontation with someone who can grapple them and wrestle them to the ground. They have no answers for that. Actual
a guy
boxer,
showed up
no
with
answers.
one boxing glove. Well, a guy, a fighter, like one boxing glove. Like that was like it's Street Fighter. Like it's fucking.
That's what it really was.
Like Mortal Kombat. Yeah, like it's crazy. It was nuts, man. And then you just saw every single fight, no matter what the discipline was, went right to the ground every time within like 30 seconds.
Yes.
It all just became a wrestling match. And the second you realize like, oh, only people with jiu-jitsu are going to win this. It was like the sport was boring. It was really fascinating.
Jiu-jitsu are like really high-level wrestling, or both, really, because you got to be able to grapple. No matter how much you want to stand up, if you can get grappled to the ground and choked out or ground and pound, it's over.
Yeah, like if that can happen, like if you don't have ground defense, like even defense to not go down to the ground, like you're like there is nothing stopping that person from killing you.
Yeah.
You know, like I've rolled a jiu-jitsu sometimes. I'm like, oh, this guy could murder me if he wanted.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do anything about it. He could just kill me. And the only thing stopping him from killing me is his decision-making process.
Yeah, I had a friend that was on the wrestling team, and it was the same deal. We would wrestle, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, no homo. This guy could rape me, and I have no answers for it. He's just stronger than me, and I can't get up, and I'm using my entire strength. This is frightening.
It's terrifying, but it's very humbling. It's good for your ego.
It is good for your ego to know that, no, you can be fucked up. Everybody needs that. Everybody needs to be grounded. Everybody does.
Absolutely. You can got.
Yeah.
I had an article I wanted to share with
you.
Yeah.
Because that's
Discord. Yeah, we get it. It's just like, all right, whatever. She was involved in some cotillion, and now she's, Hitler. Got it.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay. But this is an article that I just saw like the quote on Instagram, and I was like, based. So I guess.
Oh yeah, I think Sharon Stone.
Yeah, Sharon Stone did an interview and like came out looking like a fucking boss.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let me actually. Oops. Go to Discord.
That's funny. Snorter Poop Escuber says, I knew a guy who loved to brag about his martial arts skills until this scrappy little Street Fighter cleaned his clock.
Jeez. That's how it happens. I'm trying to look for the actual article. You have like an image link. I'm trying to see if I can find it. I mean, it's a PragerU thing.
Oh, I sent you the article, no?
Maybe you did, and I'm a boomer.
I think it's an article.
Oh, maybe you're right. Could be a boomer.
Is it not? Let me try it again. Let me try to share it again. Maybe I just did it wrong. I am stupid. So there's that.
Yeah. The culture crime boomers. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Sencha Dodo was asking if I saw that guy from China. Yeah. Who was like
I did see that.
Those are awesome.
That guy's like, you want to talk about based. Like, he's ballsy and based. He's going against really the Chinese government because they want to say Kung Fu is the best. And it's like, no, we know it's MMA. He beats the shit out of all these Kung Fu masters. And if they survive, they just say that the other people win. In seconds.
I think he was going after Tai Chi more than Kung Fu.
Was it Tai Chi?
I think it was because like Tai Chi is like the national like martial art of China or something like that, and like he's just saying it's fucking useless. There's no value to this. You know, like I could defeat all these guys, and so he just started doing it one by one. So badass.
Yeah, I saw Super Eye Patch Wolf had a video and he was talking about like fake combat, like the people using like, they use fake fireballs and stuff and people fall over and shit. And he highlighted that story and I thought it was the most gangster shit on earth. The fact that he was going, he didn't, no matter that everybody was against him, he was not backing down his principles. He didn't just say, oh yeah, Tai Chi because everyone told me to. It's like, nope, I'm going to keep fucking people up every week.
Well, that's what's so interesting about fighting is that like, yeah, you talk all the shit you want. There could be all the disbelief, but like when it actually comes down to it, you have to go through it, and there will be a decided victor and loser. And it's not up to nuance generally.
Yeah, there's nothing left to interpretation. There's a winner or a loser.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
Real quick, 99% topic.
Yeah.
Did you see the Jake Paul or the Logan Paul Mayweather fight?
Oh my God, that was such. You want to talk about? You think that this little beef that we had over Anita and Brie was fake? Fuck me. There's a punch. And I didn't see the actual fight. I saw like little gifs and stuff. But there's a punch and Mayweather clearly takes everything off of it. He like love taps him. I'm like, oh my God.
Really?
Yeah, he could have knocked.
Did you see it in context? Like,
didn't see it in context. I didn't see it in context. I just saw like a couple of gifs where it looked like Mayweather to me was pulling up on his punches.
That could be someone who doesn't understand fighting and just isolated one moment. You know what I mean?
Could have been. Because Mayweather is like a point scoring type boxer, but still.
Yeah. And Logan Paul's a big motherfucker.
He is. He does have a decided weight advantage, and he does have some training. You know what I mean? He's not like he's been doing it for like 3 or 4 or 5 years almost. So he does have some training with it, but it just I didn't. At least from what I could tell, people were disappointed. Did you see it, and what did you think? I'm just giving my opinion.
I saw it, and I was like, all right, yeah, this is a total mismatch and not a fight. Like, it's like, this is stupid. Like, yeah, like Logan Paul was saying there's a reason there's weight classes in boxing, and it's like, yeah, there is. Because it's like he was so much bigger than Floyd, and Floyd was like old and just he couldn't get inside him, and like Logan just kept grappling him the whole time. It was
I did see a lot of grappling. Yeah,
so much clinching. You're just like, all right. But it wasn't a great fight, but I guess it's interesting in certain regards. I don't know. Andrew Schultz has a really interesting take on it. Like, he was just like giving all this credit to Logan Paul for going the distance with him. And he's like, and I thought about that for a second too. I was like, he really was in the ring for 8 rounds with one of the greatest that's ever done it. Yeah. That's insane. That's pretty crazy. 50 pounds of difference or not, that is still pretty wild.
It is incredible. And the real, to me, if there is a positive takeaway for me personally, it's that, hey, I talk all about independent content, independent content creators. People are outside the system making entertainment. And Logan Paul, he is still part of the system. He does things on YouTube I probably couldn't or has done, but at the same time, he's not a part of the traditional Hollywood system. Neither really is Floyd Mayweather. He was, being a boxer, you're not beholden to a team. He's not beholden to Nike. He's an independent made individual. It's the money team. It's his promotions. He created it. There's no like Los Angeles Lakers or New York Yankees for him to be beholden to. It's just him. So from that standpoint, this is great that these people who are outside the system somewhat are able to still make the biggest sporting event of the month or probably maybe even the year, especially financially. But everything else
Yeah,
dwindling.
it's pretty fascinating. I think it's interesting. I like the freak show fights. I wish they were a little bit more entertaining, but that's when you
Yeah.
realize like that's the difference between professionals. You know what I mean? I'd like to just see
Yeah.
an exchange of fights. If you want to see good fighting, just watch the UFC any weekend because this shit's amazing.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. I don't know. I kind of like it. I like the freak show vibe. I think it's fun. I'd like to see more of them.
I think there are going to be more. I mean, that's been the thing. They've been drawing more than a lot of. I mean, the Tyson Fury fight that's coming up will get a lot of money, but outside of that, I mean, a lot of boxing is not really interesting. Yeah, you're right. He is part of the system. I'm not going to act like he's just like some random guy, but he's not part of the system to the extent that somebody like Brie Larson. He's not part of the system.
Don't talk about my girl like that. What did I tell you?
Hey,
back off.
No, but no, seriously, he's not part of the system like a lot of other like Hollywood is. So yeah, he is.
He's not beholden to anyone. Like he can do and say whatever he wants, and they can't touch him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He doesn't have a boss. He doesn't have a boss that you can yell at and cancel him for. And that's the difference between him and a lot about even LeBron. As woke as he is, if Nike, if it was up to Nike and they wanted to just take some scandal out of context and ruin LeBron's legacy, it could be done. With any high-ranking official because he's beholden to the NBA and Nike and any other
Why do you think
organizations
for China? Why do you think LeBron sims for China? Because they got power over him.
Exactly. That's why I don't say feel sorry is not the right word, but I feel like other people should get a lot of his blame. That's kind of his job description to go out and take the heat for Phil Knight, who works for Nike, and the commissioner, who's just a complete simp. I just like that guy. But that's a tangent. Let's
total tangent.
Talk about based ass Sharon Stone.
Based ass Sharon Stone. All right. So Sharon, I guess this came out a while ago. Just no one noticed it.
Let's see.
March 26th. Hey, that's interesting.
We found out a bunch of stuff. We found out the Coca-Cola thing. That was like an old article, so it's still relevant.
That's true. Old story, yeah. Sharon Stone calls cancel culture the, quote, stupidest thing I've ever seen. Quote, give people an opportunity. People have done so much more than one sentence, the actress said, of canceling people over their controversial remarks. Based. Love it.
How about that?
Sharon Stone isn't holding back her thoughts on cancel culture. On Thursday, the 63-year-old actress appeared on an episode of SiriusXM's Just Jenny Radio, where she discussed her feelings on the controversial topic and why she thinks it can be counterproductive. I think cancel culture is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, she said. She told host Jenny Hutt. Jenny Hutt. She was often on Opie and Anthony. She's pretty woke herself, Jenny, but she's just kind of an idiot. She's not. She's pretty harmless. I like Jenny.
Yeah.
I think when people say things that they feel and mean and it's offensive to you, it's a brilliant opportunity for everyone to learn and grow and understand each other. Yeah.
That's not allowed.
Discourse. That's pretty interesting. The Basic Instinct star, whose new book, The Beauty of Living Twice, is out March 30th, noted that people should use their different experiences as a way to better learn about one another. We all come from different ages, different cultures, different backgrounds, different things, and have had different experiences, different traumas, different upbringings, use a different word, different parents, different religious backgrounds. How about varying, diverse? Anyway, different everything, she explained. That was exhausting to read. She had a stroke in 2001, and she lost her radiance.
Whoa, that's great. Yeah, somebody did say, I think it was Islington girl said that she had almost passed. Yeah,
that's wild. That was a while back too, 20 years ago.
It's a while ago. Yeah. So good
Stone
for
added. Yeah, fucking A, fighter. Stone added that others should give people an opportunity to discuss things before you wipe out an entire person over a statement or a comment or a misunderstanding. Stop being so small. Nice, based. People have done so much more than one sentence, she continued, urging others to grow up and grow some empathy. In people's exclusive look, I guess that's it. I think as we grow older, we have this societal pressure where people start to try to tell us that our worth is diminished, Stone said. I think it's a time in our life when our worth is most enhanced. Fucking badass, Sharon Stone.
Yeah. Like I said, 63. I did not know she was that old. So it was good for her.
And it's really...
She doesn't hear that. But
well, she's like one Hollywood actress who's not like, oh my God, I'm such a victim because Hollywood hates me because I'm old and blah, blah, blah. She's like, I believe that it's the first time in your life when your worth becomes so much more. You become the most powerful, the most powerful than you've ever been, she says. That's fucking awesome.
Well, that's a good attitude to have about it, honestly. I was
I
looking up
love
other
that.
things. Apparently, she wasn't happy with her basic instinct. That famous scene, her crossing her legs. But I don't know. It's still an iconic scene. Because somebody actually brought up if Glenzer, if cancel culture had occurred in the 90s when Stone was in the prime, would she have spoken out? I'm not sure. I don't know either way.
I don't know. There's no way to know that, but I will say it would definitely get her clout right now to join in on like all the hate. And if she, was gonna go a Times Up, Me Too route or something like that, and brought up some shit from her past, like that would get her back in the public conversation. Could get her like a directing job or some shit like that. Women in Hollywood. So if she wanted to play the game on this woke shit, she could right now.
Yeah, and like I said, she apparently was offended about her, her pussy being in an iconic scene when she crosses her legs, even though it helps makes the movie. But she didn't,
She was
she
offended
hasn't
by
gone
it.
some. She just said that she was that the director lied to her. Actually, I can just bring it up. Where's yeah. But I mean, she didn't go Me Too with it, so I'll give her that. I got it to stream. She said that she was misled about the direction in her famous Basic Instinct scene in which she's shown crossing her legs with no underwear on and slapped the director after
Wow.
watching the movie for the first time. I guess it's in her book. She said she was initially reluctant to remove her underwear for that famous scene, but Verhoeven, the director, assured her that her crotch would not be
Oh
visible on screen.
wow.
That's actually like legit Me Tooable. That's pretty fucked up. Stone said after the movie was finished, she was invited to see a preview screening with the crew, agents, producers, everyone involved in the film, and that's when she saw her crotch. And I guess they was told that she couldn't see anything, and he went to the projection booth and slapped Paul across the face. Wow! And they called her lawyer. She was not happy about this.
That's pretty fucked up, to be honest, because like
It
if
is
they're
kind of
doing it
fucked
to her
up.
on set and they're just saying, "Look, it's just the light is reflecting on her panties," and then not only did they include it, did a hard close up on it and like included it in the shot, like in the movie, that's almost hard to believe because of how extreme it is. That's pretty fucked up.
It is pretty fucked up, to be honest. And I guess she could have moved an injunction because it was apparently illegal for her to film, but she
Yeah,
just
should be.
did it. So I mean, you know what? I would say this: if that happened today, I don't know that this would probably be the biggest thing on earth, or some huge controversy. Um, but
Wow.
yeah, so apparently that happened. That's
Wait,
pretty.
go back up. Just go up one more. Okay, stop. Stop. Slow down. Okay,
Okay.
down. The Verhoeven down.
Okay.
Verhoeven
Verhoeven
previously
previously
denied
denied. Oh
that
yeah,
Stone
previously
was
denied that
unaware.
Stone. Go ahead.
No, just unaware of his intentions during his 2017 interview with Icon. He said Sharon is lying. Any actress knows what she's going to see. You ask her to take off her underwear and point there with the camera.
Uh,
Hmm.
so that's disputable.
I don't know if that doesn't really like that doesn't really. He's like she knew. Like that's what it sounds like. It's
Yeah,
just like it doesn't. It's debatable. If it's debatable, she didn't know.
yeah. Sheesh, this the controversial crime fighters. There's a lot of debatable stuff.
Yeah.
And nice saying I'm Dutch, so we act with total normality towards nudity. And Sharon was carried away by this relaxed attitude. When she saw the scene, other American people, including her agent and publicist, she went crazy. So did she know or didn't she,
Oh,
dude?
that could be a reluctant thing. It could have been the kind of thing that she was fine with on set, but then when she saw it
Mm,
in like the final cut, she may have changed her mind.
yeah,
That does happen. People do regret things, and I did something with my shirt off, like a short film or whatever. But I
hmm,
was just like not like in incredible shape. Like I was fine walking around human being, but I wasn't
yeah,
like shaped to be on camera shape. And when you see it on the big screen, you're just like, oh god, like it's a horrifying, it's a very unpleasant feeling, and
yeah,
um, and it was like, I guess maybe that could be her vibe, where she was just like, yeah, whatever, it's just pussy, and like she's just like, oh god, what have I done? This is my
yeah.
fucking, that's on the
Could
big
be,
screen.
could be. And yeah, the way that scene is, like she's owning it. That's the whole point of the scene. Like she had to know.
Right.
Like I mean, I don't know. It says have trouble believing what she said about Basic Instinct scene. The set's lit, then the camera is pointing at you. You can hear the camera rolling. Sentient Dildo says he would smash Stone, 63-year-old Stone, over Brie anytime, any day, any place. That's his words.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know.
We have different tastes. And
He's Ascension dildo. I mean, hey, if you're into that sort of thing, no kink shaming.
Yeah.
Did this happen with the new Thor? What's her name? Natalie Portman. Same with George Lucas convincing a 19-year-old girl there's no underwear in space and then dressing her in a sheer gown, because that's the only one I could think of.
I haven't heard about that, but who knows?
I don't know. Stop simping the bitch head on no George, for fuck's sake, man of war. She was made a millionaire for it. Remember, Derp? Yeah, that's true too. Very true.
It does. We can't pull up the scene, but it's like, I'd like to kind of see. But you're right. I mean, the whole conceit of the scene is that like she is manipulating the guys like by showing them her pussy, like she's like throwing all the cops off or whatever. Like that's the whole...
it was Leia. Apparently, that was Leia in the first Star Wars. She was 19 in the first Star Wars? Jesus, I did not know she was 19. I thought she was old. I thought she was like mid-20s. And yeah, that is kind of fucked up, George. But someone said Hollywood is full of pervies, and Wookiee Lies says more than just being pervy. Is the girl says more like predatory. Hey, Weinstein is a thing, and he's not the only one. So I don't know. This is left to debate. Take it with a grain of salt. This is up for you, the viewer, to decide. Because I couldn't tell you. I can't call it.
I don't know. Like I wasn't there, obviously, and like it seems like that's a pretty vivid description of what happened. Like from her angle. But then when you think about it, you're like, wait, but how could that be? How could she be so naive?
I think your interpretation is probably right. Where she probably felt cool on the day of. And then she was like, oh, man, that really looks bad, actually seeing that millions of people are going to see my pussy. That's not a good look. Yeah. And then she snapped.
And are you dumb? Like when they say, like, oh, you just take your panties off because it's catching the light? It's like, what?
Like what? Because wouldn't the response be, why can't I wear black panties?
Right. I'll just go change them to another color or something like that. Like I'll go to wardrobe. Like, oh, no, we have to, like, come on. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. And apparently New Bound Turk is adding to this Leia thing. Yes, he says she had no bra because George said there are no bras in space. Wow. You know what? I never noticed it.
I never noticed it either, but I would say I think it would look silly. Not look silly, but it almost might take me out of it if she's just wearing like a traditional bra. Like even like on Endor, or no, sorry, not Endor, on Hoth, when they're wearing just regular like goggles, like regular like ski goggles, it kind of takes me out of it because it's too real world. It's too odd world. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I don't know if you needed to do that. I don't know if you need to lie to her, but it's just kind of like, I mean, that might have just been like a quirky line. Like, what was the context of that? He was like, no, there's no underwear in space. Haha. Like,
who knows? And then Blinzer brings up this point. She could have asked, "Where's my body double?" Hey, we saw what happened with what's her name, Wonder Woman in the Justice League. She got a body double to do a scene. Gal Gadot, she got a body double to do a scene she didn't want to do, and that's just how it went. So, I heard
in the commentary for Pirates of the Caribbean, there was a walking up the stairs shot with what's that girl's name?
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley. And I think she said it was just walking up the stairs. She had a body double just do that scene for her because she just didn't want to do it. Like, wow.
Okay, Vezirel's going on to AJ Styles, as I call him, because I mean we don't get yeeted after this episode.
AJ Styles.
Yeah. Not obviously the wrestler, but the guy who has a war on information. So, Vizarel said he was right. Wookiee Live says you'll be surprised on what he's right about. And then Wake Down adds, I mean, we saw a lot of imagery with that damn comic book and that damn ball that Ellie Kemper went to that looked kind of in that vein. Anyways, Wake Down says, as for Leia, you didn't see it because the story gets worse. No broad that he made her tape down her breasts or tits with tape so they wouldn't bounce around in running scenes. That seems extreme. Couldn't they have given her like a futuristic
just give
bra?
Her a bra. Yeah, that's stupid. Just give her a fucking bra.
Yeah.
How is the tape not see through, but the bra is?
I don't know what the fuck was going on there. And
girl.
No, that's not. He did not direct Total Recall. The guy.
Yeah. No, he did.
Oh,
Peter Verhoeven did.
Oh, Peter Verhoeven. Oh, yeah. I think he did.
He did
What
Total
you talking
Recall.
about?
He did. I think he did RoboCop, right?
You know what? I think you might be right. Yeah. I have heard this
I know
name.
he did, and Starship
I'm
Troopers.
90% sure. Yeah, he did do RoboCop. Let me actually.
He's got a pretty good, pedigree. I mean, he does a lot of crap too, but he's a pretty good director.
Yeah, he was definitely pretty big in that era.
Yeah, for sure. All right, brother. Do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we can wrap it up. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff. RoboCop's Showgirls,
RoboCop,
Basic
Starship
Instinct,
Troopers,
Hollow Man, which I don't know.
That's the pretty sick right there. RoboCop, Starship Troopers, and Total Recall. Those are 3 fucking bangers.
Yeah. Release the puppies. Thought you like Bears, Snorter Poopers. Yeah. If life is a simulation and Alex is the cheat codes, all the mysteries. Yeah, who knows?
Jesus. All right, we're not.
Okay, yeah. So please don't yeet me. Well, I'm not calling Mama Susan. YouTube, Google Corporation. Anyways, it was been a cool show, man. Anything to say before we check out? Hit the intros and check out.
Oh, Islington Girl does bring up a good point. It says because she was in Total Recall too, which was several years later. Very good.
Yeah.
Islington Girl. So if she felt so, used and exposed, well, she didn't. Not so much so that she wouldn't work with him.
No, it looks like actually Total Recall came out before Basic Instinct.
Oh, it did? Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought that was the 80s. No, okay, I was wrong.
Yep, they came out very close to each other. One is in 90, one is in 92.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
So, yeah. So, all right. Showgirls is also on that list. All right. Well, I guess we'll get out of there. Hopefully, I can get the right videos and not play the fucking Chrissy Mayer one again. But in any event, I appreciate everybody in the chat. I appreciate the super chats. We had Matt got a super chat from our guy APM, and so did I. Both said coin for the handsome host. Islington Girl tip $3.50. The Wake Down tip $4.20 twice, so he's smoking good. And Roger H also tipped $5. So thank you all for all your generous tips. This channel is not yet monetized, and you guys keep it monetized. New Bomb Turk is right. Please Hulk smash the button on the light on the way out. The like button. Hell Vig, Hell Chat, fuck Matt. That's standard from Sentient Dildo. I appreciate everybody being here. Please, if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please share because people do watch these playbacks. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night and God bless. Peace.
This is Culture Crime Fighters. We are a Culture Crimes Task Force so powerful, so far-reaching, not even the most dastardly of villains can escape. Our goal is to identify and defeat all culture criminals wherever they lurk and destroy them. For too long have these cretins carried out their nefarious deeds, and we will sit for it no longer. Beware. You may commit your culture crimes, but if you do, justice will be served at the hands of the Culture Crime Fighters.
What are you?
I'm Vigilante Williamson.
You went full.
SJW.
Never go full.
SJW.
You don't buy that?
President of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy.
You guys are nuts. That's one of my pet peeves, and here you come along with a third pronunciation. Like, what are you doing? Actually, it's pronounced
Stupid bitch.
If you could just be like 25% less brave, that would be great. People were like, there's no way he fucked her. This pig, he didn't fuck this pig.
I think he probably did. I think he didn't give a fuck. Allegedly.
That's just your opinion. It's in England, they say
Audible cunt.
and in America, we say Amber Heard, and that's where the confusion is.
See, I was going with the British way.
Turns out it's a little more nuanced than that.
And I mean, hey, we're in 2021. Any moderately attractive girl can do squats for a few months and put a camera up her ass and become go viral. So
I don't know. I mean, I'll keep my mind open. I spent all day yesterday on that video. I edited, I cut, I put sound effects and visuals. I'm tap dancing, I'm spinning plates. Although for the life of me, I can't grow it. It's got like 45 fucking views.
You know what I think it is now? Tease the algorithmic guys. Brightest Day is in the chat. His channel's growing because of those shorts. Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's how it is.
Man, this has been a fun ride. I thank everybody for being here the whole time. I mean, there's regulars, obviously. Snort the Poopist, the Islington Girl, Man of War 665, Neighbor of the Beast. Just another red shirt. Not just another red shirt. He's the red shirt. The crew. I love you all, man.
You guys are the shit. Love you all. Man of War 665, Lord Thoth, Just Another Red Shirt, Darius Munchausen, 24/7 Fusion Media, Ascension Dildo, Mark D with a C, Snorter Poopus, Android Scanner, The Islington Girl, New Bomb Turk. Everybody, you guys are great. We'll see you all next time. Have a great night.
Peace.
Yeah, peace. I love peace.